cricket.
That sucks.
Lesbians.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviance.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program. El virus. The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that back!
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Well, you know what, man? I don't even advocate that. I don't advocate vandalism.
Clear Channel workers.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to wreck Clear Channel by making satellite successful, hopefully.
Absolutely. You know how much stock I picked up in XM?
Well, we're not on XM.
I know, but when it came out, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for you. I'm ready to roll.
All right, dude. Later.
Later.
The world of satellite is so complicated. I walk down the street and everyone goes, hey, when are you going to XM? And I go,
know, I hear that a lot, too.
I go, I'm not going there. I get that. I get, it's so much confusion. We got our work cut out for us. That's for sure. If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM Satellite Radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
Someone was screwing with my side of the...
Yeah, I'm trying to adjust everything over here as well, man.
Why is somebody screwing with things? I put my headphones on. They're not even plugged into the right jack. They're plugged into the one that doesn't work at all over here. And my settings on my headphone thing are all screwy. Like, who's using the headphones over here?
My headphones were gone.
Yeah, they're all missing from here. I just had to go grab them from another studio.
What other studio?
I grabbed extra ones from the small one in there.
Why were our headphones gone?
I don't know.
We're still missing 2 more pairs.
Who's in here?
Nobody. We were here till like 2, 3 o'clock.
Somebody was in here.
It was after we left then.
Can we get a lock on the studio door?
Yeah. I don't care what they say. Well, we don't like putting a lock there because if it breaks, then you don't go on the air. That's their excuse why they don't want a lock on the door.
Well, we got a bunch of morons that are still coming in here.
Yeah.
What they do is not important, and they got to stay out of our studio.
How does somebody come into our studio, take all our headphones, use them for something, and then not even put them back to try to cover up for the fact that they were using them?
I don't know. There's a couple things going on. They shouldn't be doing that in the first place. But then, Eric, you got to make sure everything is set before the show starts, before that ecstasy of gold starts.
Is anyone else extremely angered by this?
I just don't want to be using the same headphones as Tom used. I like to know that these are my headphones.
Exactly. Hey!
They might be Tom's headphones, by the way.
Yeah,
these are mine.
Yeah, Anthony, and he has some kind of something happening with his scalp. So, you know, there might be a lice thing happening. And you got his headphones on.
No, I don't. I know I don't. I have my little headphone thing. I know these are mine.
How do you know?
Because they got a certain twist in the cord at a certain spot that I screw with every day.
Oh, mine has it too.
I go like this.
Yeah, we all have that, Anthony.
Look, no, it's not. You're just tugging on the cord.
We all have it. Look.
No, it's not where mine is. I know where mine is.
Of course you do.
It's about
Anthony knows where everything
3
is.
inches in on the curly part of the wire, and I just go like this. I go boink, boink, boink.
Eventually, you're just gonna take the headphones home with you.
Well, I'm gonna have to. Some idiot. Who's the ass? That annoys me. I want to find out who is taking our stuff in here. And then I'm all plugged into the wrong box. All
right.
Jackasses.
Yeah, well, we're set to go, though, right? We're ready to broadcast.
Now.
Here come more of the headphones making their way into the studio.
It was in the little studio?
Those two, yeah. Those were in the little studio.
Now, who was using the little studio?
Anybody that's in this office has access to that studio.
Yeah, but who was in there using it that needed headphones? Somebody doing a show?
Oh, there was a reggae group here yesterday.
There was, oh, great. Good.
A reggae group?
Reggae group.
Oh, dude, man.
A reggae group.
You're going to have to shampoo your hair now.
Absolutely. You know how filthy reggae people's heads are? They don't wash their hair. They got the dreadlocks.
They got the Rasta thing.
They're all stretched out because they went over that Jiffy Pop popcorn hat. There's nobody is supposed to be using our shit for reggae groups over in the other studio.
Especially reggae groups.
Especially filthy reggae groups. Unbelievable.
You gotta love the fact they put a reggae group in that little studio, though.
Oh, I know.
There's no room in there for 2 people.
And everyone knows the basic reggae group has 28 members. And they all just crammed in there because we're prima donnas and no one's allowed to use our studio.
Exactly. Who was
God,
it?
that makes me laugh.
Anyone know?
Mars? Throw someone under the bus.
Bill Cates.
Bill Cates.
Who the hell's Bill Cates?
Which one is he?
Didn't he start Microsoft?
No, that's
Cates!
that's
Cates!
That's
Get me out of here, Cates!
What channel does he do? I don't know.
What does he do?
One letter away from being a billionaire.
Audio Visions, I think.
Production.
What?
He's like Steve, but for all the other channels.
He's like Steve, but for the other channels, and he was interviewing people?
He sets up recording sessions.
Why don't we know any of these people?
I've heard.
Why are they coming in here and taking our headphones? Why aren't there headphones for that studio? This cannot happen. Elo, fix this. No more headphones going to reggae groups.
We have a situation.
It's a situation.
That will be corrected.
There was a reggae band in the studio using your headphones. A cook group. A reggae cook. Reggae? Unbelievable. I'm very upset by this.
I understand.
I can laugh about it for the show, but I'm very pissed off, and I want Elo alerted immediately.
Been told we have new order of a whole bunch of new headphones that'll be here any day. So this should never happen again.
And what good does that do?
I want we get all the new ones. All the old ones we'll throw over there.
I want one of the new ones. Yes,
all the new
absolutely.
Ones.
Yeah. I want a wireless one.
Yeah.
Wireless headphones?
Yeah, so I can just
that'll work.
So I can pace around the studio while we're talking.
Like that?
Like a cat. Like a cat.
Yeah, and a headset mic.
Making my point.
Like in the movies?
Yeah.
TV shows about DJs. They walk around. Actually, I saw one where they were walking around without even a headset mic.
Nice.
Like, guy gets up, has the microphone in front of him, starts talking to a caller, and he's like, way over here, well, you know, that seems to be your problem. But, of course, he's perfectly on mic.
Yeah.
That's how there's something that happened on Air America. Just a bunch of dramatic people walking
Very
around.
dramatic all the time.
Bushman.
Yeah, man. Those are the issues we need to address here, man. All pompous. Their stupid points. No reggae group should be using my headphones, man.
No, they would want the reggae groups.
I know.
Using their headphones.
Invite them over to their house to eat.
Of course they would.
Leave their wallets out, even though they're slightly uncomfortable with the idea.
Because it's the right thing to do. Yeah.
Oh.
What I don't understand is we have this state-of-the-art studio, XM satellite radio. There's just amazing technology, just kicking the competition's ass. Time Magazine actually just did a whole article on satellite radio and basically saying, yeah, XM is so far ahead it's not even funny.
Yep.
The one thing I'm wondering, though, you know, I've been in radio about 20 years now, Anthony, and we're still attached.
The mic.
I don't want to be attached anymore.
Well, they have given us the option to go wireless.
Yeah?
Which I can only see as a complete technological disaster. We finally got it worked out where this stuff works.
Yeah.
Now you're going to add the wireless factor in?
I want to be able to move around the studio.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a break, and I feel like I need to stroll to the window.
Or how about get up and take a leak?
And gaze out onto the city as I'm making my point.
The city? There's one building right in front of us.
Well, you know, we could paint the picture for the
Walk
listener.
around.
Yeah, you know,
You
from
get
our
to think a
broadcast
little more.
facility, 80 stories up, we could overlook the whole city.
Yeah.
As we broadcast and make our points.
You know, you'd just be walking out making your own Pop-Tart.
I know.
Wouldn't be any of this groundbreaking thinking or anything that the newfound freedom of movement would give you. I could think more, man. If I'm walking around, I clear my head.
Can we do a show where we have wireless mics and we'll see what happens?
We'll just walk around?
Yeah.
Wireless mic.
All of a sudden, maybe I want to, I don't know, sit on the couch and put my feet up.
Ugh. Tom was on that couch.
Yeah, that's true. We have to throw that couch away, by the way.
I am really going to just try to get them to make me a plastic booth over here in this corner. Like they got over there, but only for me. So I will sit in a booth that is completely separated from the hijinks and shenanigans that go on in this studio.
What do you want to be, Robin? Jesus.
I'll just sit there and go, oh, Opie. Oh,
I agree with everything you say.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Shut up.
Because none of us could have a different opinion,
And
Howard.
Tom.
Anyway. All right, you're all set? Ready to go?
Yeah.
Man, there are some funny things in the paper today. This is a visual, but
I'm sure this picture is going to be sweeping the nation.
Oh, yeah. The message boards will have it.
Yeah.
By the way, to the new listeners, all the websites we talk about that are part of this show are all linked on opieandanthony.com. You know, we talk about Whackbag. That's a fan site. We talk about opieandanthony.net. We talk about cringehumor.net. WowFans, I think, is another one. Posthorrors.net. Yeah, they're all up there linked. And I'm sure this picture will get up on those sites immediately. But in the Post, on page 9, there's a picture of Katie Holmes, who has been linked to Tom Cruise.
Well, I think their spokespeople made it official. They did say that they are indeed dating. They're an item, a Hollywood item.
Bullshit!
Well, you're still going with the whole thing that Tom Cruise is gay.
This is such a publicity. Well, that's what they say, and I mean, I think this is just a publicity stunt. She's going to be in that Batman movie, I think, that's coming out.
Is she?
Batman Returns.
What does she play?
She plays the love interest, right?
Girlfriend, yeah.
Really?
The girlfriend of.
I'd like to see her in a little uniform.
And what's his name is going to be a great Batman.
Thing. Oh, yeah. Christian Bale.
Yeah, he's going to be a great Batman. Yes, from American Psycho.
Yeah, he's really good. He's like good in everything he's in.
And Tom Cruise, he's got to keep his image up. He's got to be known as the guy that's banging pieces of asses all over the world. So,
or else people wouldn't buy into his movies.
That's what I'm thinking. That's all I'm saying. So on page 9 of the Post today, it says, looks like Katie forgot her makeup. The usually lovely Katie Holmes looks decidedly unglamorous as she shops around Hollywood yesterday, a week after a lovey-dovey getaway in Rome with Tom Cruise. And that's important, Anthony.
Yeah.
After a week of lovey-dovey stuff with Tom Cruise, the picture of Katie Holmes, she has...
Seen this, Jimmy?
She has the worst swamp lip I've ever seen in my life.
She has numerous cold sores all around her upper lip and a huge one on her lower lip.
Yeah.
And it's like surrounding her mouth.
Right. And I told Anthony before the show, I'm like, that's what you get when you make out with a guy that's used to eating ass.
It reinforces the whole Tom is gay rumor.
It made Anthony and I laugh uncontrollably for 5 minutes in the office today. I know it's more of a visual. You got to see the picture.
Because it's like a ring of cold sore.
Dude, I get the cold sores. I haven't in a while because I don't have as much stress in my life because a lot of this comes on with stress. And I get a little one here and there. This is a mess. All over her lips.
It really is all over her mouth.
And it's just funny that this picture was taken after, her getaway with Tom Cruise in Rome.
A week away with Tom Cruise, and she comes back and her mouth is just all screwed up.
Ravaged.
It really is. She needs some Valtrex or something.
Old jelly donut mouth.
So there's something going on there, but I'm sure the picture will be up on the fan sites if you want to check it out for yourself. And also, we were talking about, what's her name in the studio before the show? Oh, Tara Reid.
Tara Reid.
There's pictures of her on the beach.
You know something? She is one of those girls that just needs to keep as much clothing on as possible in order to keep this image that she looks good. Because you see her dressed and stuff with makeup on. She looks cute. You'll give her the cute look. But the second she's seen in a bikini or something, ooh. She has no hips at all.
They go straight down.
It goes straight down from her side. Her rib cage is the same as her waist. That's it. And her stomach is all screwed up. There's a website that shows her and a couple other chicks on the beach in a bikini. And her stomach, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's all ripply, but not like, good abs ripply. There's something going on there.
It's very mushy.
It's like internal damage.
Well, that's the point where Ant and I were getting at in the office again. We were just getting really silly.
Silly.
Because it has come out that Tommy Lee and Tara Reid have found each other.
Tommy Lee and Tara Reid.
After hooking up in Las Vegas and traveling with the Motley Crue man to his show in Loveland, Colorado, the tipsy temptress looked very cozy at the Hudson Hotel sipping watermelon martinis with Lee after a busboy was dispatched to buy a watermelon.
It's a fucking bagel.
What happened?
It's a fucking bagel.
Uh-oh.
This kid is the worst.
Why? Just because I wanted egg whites and got regular eggs?
He is dumber than a box of rocks.
No, he's smart because I asked for egg white omelet.
Ricky, you realize that now you're fucking up the show because we're in the middle of a bit and we have to stop because you can't figure out that Anthony needs a bagel?
Ricky, it's a bagel, right? Toasted.
Yeah.
And I said butter on the side, which you have brought. This bagel is drenched in butter. It is a buttered bagel.
Then that's probably what Daniel has then.
Oh,
so,
well then I apologize for screwing up and giving us the wrong bagels.
No, but I did see the other guy. He was making another omelet for somebody else. He probably gave him yours and mine somebody else. So, I mean...
So it can't be Ricky's fault.
This never happens when Travis takes
Travis goes, everything's fine, but in this case, other people are now undermining you, Ricky. That's what's happening, right?
And did the man... When you handed me the fork, he handed it to me with his hands where the mouth part goes.
On the tines.
I'm like, yeah.
You really are dumb. There's just no way around it. Wow,
Ricky, I don't know what it is. Maybe you're just bad luck. Maybe you're a mush. Maybe you're just a mush, where just bad things happen.
Yeah, I do have that luck where just nothing goes right at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have your report on sarcasm later, by the way.
Okay.
Oh my God! Just enjoy your time here, like we keep telling you.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be a good memory for you. I don't even remember what we were talking about because Ricky fucked up another order.
You want this one, Nathaniel? I didn't screw with it.
All right, Nathaniel has handed over his bagel to Anthony.
Great. Good. There
now
it
we've
is.
wasted 20 minutes trying to get the show started.
On our food thing because for
and
some reason, wasn't his fault. For some reason, every time, well, 99% of the time this guy goes out, there's just a problem. I don't know what it is.
My coffee looked like mud.
It was even I never comment on anyone's coffee. Opie opened the top of his coffee.
And I didn't even say anything to him until this whole situation with the bagels and Norton doesn't even have the breakfast he ordered.
No, it's because I'm trying to cut down on the old cholesterol, so I figured I'd go with egg whites like I do every day.
That's also why I don't get them buttered there. They dip the bagels in butter over there at the deli. So I go, give me some butter on the side. That way I could just put a thin little layer on there.
However much you want.
Right. It comes back as a sponge That's soaked up butter.
All right.
Opie takes the lid off his coffee, and even I had a comment. I go, isn't that a little dark? It was just his muck.
He's been getting coffee for us for months, and it's obvious. At Starbucks, they go, you want us to leave room for milk? And usually you say yes, and then you could, put the right amount of milk in. Or if they fill it up too high, what most human beings do is they pour a little out. Instead, he realized, oh, my God, there's no room for milk, so I'll just squeeze as much as I can in there, which was probably like 3 drops of milk.
He's just one of those
He
guys.
is really dumb.
You know who he is? He's Martini from Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, you nailed it. Oh, that's gonna make me laugh all day.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get clips of that. We're gonna have to get clips of that movie now.
These aren't even the same halves of the bagel. One's onion, one's not.
Oh boy, that's gonna freak out Anthony all day.
Doesn't go together.
Dan probably pulled them apart with his hands, and like was. Because you know that had to happen. That didn't happen organically.
I know. I don't care.
All right, let's get back to the show. Now that Ricky.
Can I ask you a question about these stupid girls? How is Tommy Lee still banging hot chicks? Everyone knows he has hepatitis and beat up his wife. I'm not a bad guy. I can't get laid. I can't get laid, but I can't meet a nice girl like that. How does he pick up chicks?
Tara Reid's not a nice girl.
Well, hot.
She's a drunk whore.
She's banging everybody, and her body is not that good anymore. She hasn't been hot since she was 16.
Mm.
She's still famous and, cute and whatever.
Well, there was a joke there about Tommy Lee because we saw the weird stomach and we're thinking he's doing damage from the inside out.
Internal damage.
But Ricky had to fuck up the whole bit, so.
His huge schlong is messing up things on the outside of her body.
Yeah, well.
Just making these ripple things.
That was supposed to be a quick throwaway line. Now it doesn't make any sense because you do need a little timing when you do comedy.
Ricky.
All right, you want to do one last celebrity story here?
This could be the worst, driest, burnt onion bagel I've ever had.
Is it bad?
Why don't we just start the show over?
I want Travis.
Yeah, where's Travis today? By the way, to Washington, we love you guys. Everything's great up here. We got to figure out how to keep Travis on board.
Yeah.
He's going to work for free. He's an intern that just wants to hang out and stay around because I think his internship is up in like a week or 2. And we need them around. We need go-getters. We need people with brains around here.
He's got a body on him, too.
And he's not asking for much for now.
We can't fill this place up with the likes of, Ricky.
Well, Ricky's like, I don't know. Every family needs a dog to look at, and pet every once in a while. There's not much you could really do with the dog if you think about it. You could throw it a ball, it fetches it,
They crap on the rug.
Not if it's trained right.
It's hard. It's very hard to train.
Even once you train it right, it gets nervous one time and just piddles.
Piddles when you're nice to it.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Unfortunately, Ricky's more like a goldfish. Just staring out of the tank at you.
Staring out.
At you.
Got it. What do you want?
Well, let's say hi to our favorite intern, Travis.
Good morning, boys.
You guys aren't interns anymore. You're like, I don't know. We need a new name for Danny and Nathaniel. They're not really interns anymore. I know they're not getting paid, but they're
unpaid employees.
Slaves.
Slaves is very much it.
Which is a little better than being an intern, so.
Thank you, Ricky.
Ricky, you're not going to cry, are you?
No.
Yeah, sure? He's gonna.
Yeah, you got something going on in your eyes.
You're a little sad.
You're a little sad.
You're watering up a little.
You're welling up a bit. You're feeling a little down today.
Oh yeah.
Every day you come in, you wanna reach that next level maybe. Here, you look in the booth. We're always joking and kidding with the guys who do that. Nathaniel just gave me this smile and thumbs up like I'm one of the guys. Yeah, you see the booth full of guys that there's a camaraderie there, and you seem to feel like a square peg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I had a conversation with Ben. I said, because of you, that we're not going to hire any more interns from whackbag.com.
Yeah, whackbag. This is one of yours.
Is Ricky a whackbagger?
Yeah. Used to be.
Yeah.
Why not anymore?
here.
He was instructed. Once you're an intern here, you're not allowed to then post on the message boards because you probably just blab about behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on over here.
I can't wait for all those posts after you leave.
Oh, after you leave.
All the insider info from Ricky.
We'll know who's putting them up, though, because it'll be Opie, O-P-Y. Aha!
One time when I was getting a bagel, and then when the intern was getting a bagel, edited by...
Right.
No, I wouldn't do that to you guys. It's whatever happens here stays here, you know. So
yeah, because there's just like Vegas. There's just crazy
like
things happening.
Vegas.
Thank God no one knows about Anthony's cocaine habit before the show.
You know, snorting lines off my desk.
And me banging listeners in the back room. Oh, thank God everything's going to stay here, Ricky.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's nothing going on. We're
exactly.
a bunch of bores.
We're crushing bores at work.
We really are.
Show and up then the paper. At 11:05 they leave.
I was going to say, don't tell everyone that we leave right away.
Yeah.
And keep it under your hat that I'm the one who breaks wind in here. That's between us.
Oh, good egg you got there.
Sure is.
Nice yellowy yolk.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
I just opened my own chest and rubbed this all over my heart.
No, it's really creepy. And it's funny because I got both of the guys, one on the phone and one in the studio. These are the pictures. Oh, Ed, I'm so glad you like the pictures I gave you. They're still on your desk.
Yeah, I got to bring them home.
All right. Can we scan? You don't really scan anymore, but can we get some of these pictures up on Foundry today? All right. When we did our press conference for XM Satellite Radio, I was taking a lot of pictures through that whole process that day, and then when we went on the promotional tour, and I got a bunch of pictures. I gave Anthony some copies, and I took a picture from the stage at the Hard Rock Cafe, and it's kind of creepy because you see all the cameramen in the background, like filming for CNN and local TV, and then you got a bunch of paparazzi guys, getting their shots, whatever. And I decided, wow, I really need a picture from the stage. So I took the digital camera from my brother, who was in the front row, and I took a quick shot of the crowd. What's creepy about this shot is there's Travis looking completely psychotic in the audience. Now, this is before we knew these guys. There's Travis in the audience, not even smiling. And then I just noticed, actually Eric pointed this out to me, there's Ricky. Both were in the audience that day.
Yep, there's Ricky.
And doesn't the Secret Service agent ask Travis for his phone number and he only gives 6 digits? Oh, that's my area code.
Holy crap! I even got a picture of me signing an autograph for you.
Really?
Jesus.
Wow.
Zelig the intern.
Look, he's online.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like one of those super fans we were talking about yesterday. Isn't that weird though to see those guys in the crowd like that?
Yeah.
We got to get that picture up on Foundry and circle their faces.
Travis, what are you doing today?
I'm waking up.
Oh. Why aren't you here?
Because sometimes I have to go to class.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Our food order got all screwed up.
No way.
Yeah, Jimmy's got egg yolk in his omelet.
Oh, that's what he always gets.
No, egg whites I usually get.
Egg white he gets.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and my bagel came drenched in butter, but it was a different one. It was Nathaniel's bagel, and then I got mine. It's just burnt and nasty. See, not things that are Ricky's fault, but for some reason, these things just happen.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe you could give him some advice.
Maybe I should just come in every day instead of going to class.
Now that's an idea.
That's a great idea.
You know, did I tell you I didn't even graduate high school?
Wreck your college career so Anthony's bagel is perfect every morning.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm done in 2 weeks anyway, so...
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out how to keep you aboard there.
Thank you.
Ricky, you can hang out also, I guess. All right. Well, Travis, we got to let you go. Gotta let you be.
They're telling us we got to get you out of here.
Yeah, we got to get you out of here.
No one has said anything. Oh, they're telling us we got to.
They're telling us.
Anthony did a good one yesterday.
Yeah.
What, was it with the fart guy?
Yeah. There was a couple of attempts.
All of a sudden you look at me out of nowhere and go, we have to take a break?
We have to take a break. Yeah.
You go, Opie, we have to take a break or something like that. I'm like, oh, yes, we do, Anthony.
Yes, we do.
Wink, wink.
We have to take a break. Well, thank you for being here, and that's pretty much it. You could hear, I think it's about maybe 10 minutes before the interview ends.
Yeah.
I go, well, and I'm ready to say, well, thanks for coming in and end the interview. And I think he detected that and started another subject.
Yeah.
I was like, got past my welt.
You know, we're usually pretty good. We're usually smooth on getting guests out of here and making them feel, pretty comfortable with their appearance. But every once in a while, you'll hear it. You'll hear the awkwardness of us trying to get out of it. Yesterday was great. All of a sudden, it's like, Opie, we got to take a break, right?
Take a break?
Oh, yeah,
we do. Sure we do.
And you are quoting him verbatim.
Right. I saw that on the message board a lot. I thought perhaps it was another way to pronounce the word.
I got to be honest with you. I didn't want to look stupid. I was ready to call him out on it, and then I would look like the idiot when he goes, no, that's the actual way to say that word.
Steve, you're a master of diction.
Yeah,
verbatim?
No, it's verbatim. He's completely butchered that word.
Like, how would you say it if you were talking about, like, beating a woman? How would you get verbatim in there?
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah.
There goes Ricky.
It doesn't really apply.
She doesn't take my instructions verbatim. I will beat that bitch over the head.
God damn, you got it. Yeah.
All right. Why is Ben in here with a pile of papers?
No, this is our future intern prospects that we have to start.
Oh, great. Maybe something, Hope? I think we're going to have to look through these. So we don't get stuck with...
No, wait a second. We've had one... Okay, so...
The likes of...
Ben,
we did pretty well with everyone else.
You did a great job.
This was... you want to go back to the NEW days and look at the interns that we had. We had
Rachel.
We had the girl... Yeah, we had Rachel. Well, yeah, okay. But we had the girl that never came back, Luca.
Luca, who was beat up by somebody and never came back. We don't know the...
right.
You know, we had some real winners at NEW.
Well, you did well. 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right, Travis, thank you.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Bye, sweetie.
I am eating this purely for, like, life-giving sustenance. There is no pleasure I am getting out of this at all.
What can we get you, Anthony?
Why doesn't somebody run out and get Anthony another bagel?
I'm not... No.
Huh?
I'll go do it. That's right. You're our sex bagel. You're perfect.
Yeah, why not?
Good boy, Hawk.
Forget it.
All right, what... You're giving up on the bagel?
Yeah, I've had it.
Oh, Anthony, you got to eat.
Guys, we got lots of show to do, so why don't we...
Sweetie.
We're going to take a break and regroup. How's that sound?
All right.
We got to talk about Brad Pitt's lovemaking when we get back. It's fucking hilarious, man. A story for the ladies out there. Right. Ladies will be diddling themselves all the way to work today when they hear what Brad was up to. Mm-hmm. And also Dr. Phil on Jay Leno, Dr. Phil on Larry King, everyone talking about Pat O'Brien making his way back to TV.
On Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's going to sit him down and tell him things like, you give something up, you got to replace it with something else, perhaps. And I saw. Did you see some of the ads for it? Some of the promos for the Dr. Phil?
It's another
Pat O'Brien thing.
Publicity stunts. It's a joke. It's ridiculous.
It's Dr. Phil and Pat sitting very close on chairs, face to face kind of thing, and Pat O'Brien just looking like he was called into the principal's office, kind of sitting there. Embarrassed looking, dejected looking, but doesn't look like a guy that's cured. You know what I mean?
Of course he's not cured.
Just going to do exactly what he's been doing.
He's into that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. He just got caught, and he went to rehab for 30 days, and he's cured, and he's on Dr.
30
Phil
days
and ready to go? Are you kidding me?
Him up. This is him trying to salvage his job and his career, I guess.
Right.
But you don't act like that and do drugs like that. The guy's coked up, drunk, talking on the phone, a sex addict probably. Loves that.
Yeah.
And you don't go 30 days somewhere and then go, well, I'm glad that's out of my life. There'll be other phone messages, I'm sure.
Yeah. Jimmy went into rehab, what?
January.
18, 19 years ago?
Oh, yeah. It was
and you're still
86.
And you're still dealing with it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me,
From time
drinking
to
and
time?
drugging, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
You did go into rehab, though?
I was forced in. You know, the old wrist slice. And I went when I was 17, yeah.
You were forced in?
My parents.
Oh, your parents
legal,
did.
When I was January of 86.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. When the Challenger blew up, I was in rehab.
What a surprise for your parents. Like, if your kid's doing that and you're at a point in your life where your son is slitting his wrists and now he's in rehab for drugs, you must just write off your kid. Like, I'd be like, all right, this one's broken. I don't want it anymore. Like, I don't need this shit in my life, and then just give up. But now, they must be very proud of you that you've,
yes,
picked yourself up by your bootstraps.
The proverbial bootstraps.
And now you're doing very well for yourself, very successful.
Yes, they're very happy.
And they must be like, wow, we were totally giving up on this piece of shit.
Wow. Yeah, they are very supportive.
Yeah.
Any career decision I make, which is great. I want to sell shoes. Just don't do drugs and
You
sell
know
them.
what? Yeah, you pretty much set yourself up that anything you do looks good. That is a good idea for the youngsters out there.
I think
really screw up, and then you look brilliant no matter what you do.
I think I'm going to go work at the taffy factory.
Well, taffy's good.
Sure is.
Taffy's good, son.
Well, the question I want to ask Jimmy, though, when you see someone like Pat O'Brien, 30 days rehab, I mean, what are you thinking?
I would say if you want to go to rehab, you can get cured. I haven't dealt with the sex addiction, obviously, so I know that's a rough one. And but drinking and drugging, he could probably quit if he wants to. But if you're forced in, that's got to be a rough one.
Yeah.
But again, I was forced in. A year later, I got sober. So.
You know something? Drugs and alcohol are one thing. And you could say, what are the downsides of drugs and alcohol physically alone? There's huge downsides. But the sex addiction, what's really the downside where you would be like, wow, I really have to address this in rehab or else it's going to do what?
The fact that you have no intimacy skills, there's no real connection with any women. It's fun after a while. You're like, I blew a load.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you're 36 years old or whatever age he might be, and you can't connect with a woman on any level other than that.
There are plenty of people that are like that aren't sex addicts that just have bad times.
That's true.
Trying to connect. So.
I'm sure there are. But to me, that's the big advantage of the disadvantage of sexual addiction. You just cannot connect with anybody. It's a very isolating thing. Yeah. And you feel like you're a
pervert.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what sex is. It's not a loving thing. It's this dirty thing you do. It's dirty.
Filthy.
I can never cruise hookers with my friends. Everybody's laughing, having fun. Look at her. I'm like, I just want to be alone.
Really?
Yeah, doing it right. You don't want to do it with your dumb friends laughing.
Because it's something different for you.
Yeah.
For them, it's a night out with your friends and you're laughing, and for you, it's just, I gotta fuck this if I get her back and have her piss on me.
But then I don't lust a woman. Like I found this, I'm cranky thanks. I'm tired, and I found out I'm the guy friend. I'm in the guy friend, and I want to bite my own.
Yeah, that really
face.
seems to annoy you. Falling into that category.
Not that I mind being a friend, but it's like, all right, there's so few women that I don't sexualize. Like, I like as people, and like I would like to date. And then you just find out you're the guy friend, and you're like, I fucking suck. No wonder I spend money. This is why.
How'd you find out?
I know it.
Yeah.
I just know it. I
you
don't
didn't say anything stupid and get that reply that makes you embarrassed for months.
Absolutely not. No.
I love that one.
No.
I remember how awkward it was in school and after school, and you're just like, I wanted to tell you, and you're just thinking about it for weeks and weeks, and you go up to the girl, and I just really I like you so much, and I just want. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, fuck! And you just run the scene over and over in your head for months, and you can't look at her or anyone else in the world. You just feel all embarrassed because you're the guy friend.
That's exactly where I am now. But I feel almost guilty that I like the girl because it's like we're friends, and I'm not the guy friend that hangs out. It's not what I do. I'm very honest. But this one I happen to like, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this.
That stinks.
Dude, I'm awful at it. I'm awful at it.
But that isn't even just the sex addiction thing. That's
nothing to do with sex, no.
Yeah, that is one of those situations that just is awful. You really dig somebody, you want to go out with them, you want to get something started, and there is just no chance of it happening, and it just chews at you.
You know what it reminds me of? Because when that they start talking about other guys, like, oh yeah, I like so and so. It's just like you're not even on their radar.
Yeah, you're not even on their radar because they wouldn't even bring this shit up if there was an inkling of a chance.
You ever see Whose Life Is It Anyway with Richard Dreyfuss? Mm-hmm. He plays a quadriplegic artist he's an artist. He gets injured. He's quadriplegic, and there's a great scene where he's in the bed and there's a female doctor, and she kind of leans over a little bit. And it's not like a cock tease moment. It's just her breasts are a little closer to him than they probably normally would be. And he says to her, what bothers me is that you did that because there's not the threat of a man being here. Like, that's why you were comfortable doing that.
Right.
That's what it feels like being the guy friend. It's like you talk about this stuff because there's not the threat of you're going to fuck anything up with anybody that you think you might want to date. That's exactly what that is like.
Man.
Just laying there with a female doctor tits in your paralyzed face.
That is why you have to kill him and bury them out in the woods somewhere.
Believe me, shallow grave services.
If you can't have them, why the hell should anyone else?
Why should anyone else touch
Why?
them? Good point.
Exactly.
Good point.
BJ wants to call you out on something, Jimmy.
Okay.
And I'm with you, obviously, but let's see.
You
what
might be
has to
right.
say. BJ from Philly.
Yo, Jimmy, what's up, buddy?
Hi, fella.
Listen, Angel, you are my favorite thing in the entire world. I love you more than life itself.
Thank you, BJ. Believe me, you're my favorite thing, too.
Oh, good. But when did you quit drinking?
February 1st of 87 was my first day sober.
And what age was that?
18.
I gotta say, man, I think that's bullshit. I don't even think you really gave it... You never really gave it a chance. And, I mean, when I was 18, I didn't know my ass from my face, let alone being an alcoholic yet.
He didn't give drinking a chance?
Oh, okay. No, all right. You're going... Hold on. I got it. You're going the other way with this. On the screen, I thought you wanted to call Jimmy out saying, bullshit that he had to have had a drink since he was 18 years old. But you're going the other way. Hold on. You're going the other way and basically saying that Jimmy was way too young to even understand what that was all about, and he jumped into rehab way too early.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, at 18, what do you know about drinking and being alcoholic?
That's a very...
I mean, I'm sure you had a few problems, but I got in a few car accidents when I was 17. I didn't give the whole thing up and say I can't drive, I gave it a shot. That's
an interesting question. How did you know, Jimmy? Because he's right. I mean, when I was 18, I was a lunatic with the drinking.
And that is the thought. That's one of the things, like, when you get sober, it's like, am I too young? And that is addressed through self-help, programs. People understand that you think sometimes you're too young. Normal people don't behave the way I behaved when I drank.
Yeah.
It's something you have to become. I didn't have one drink and then just get dramatic and go, I need help, like some celebrity rehab kid. I was cutting myself with a razor. I was going into blackouts. I was calling the FBI. I walked down the street one time with a butcher knife, hoping the police would shoot me. I mean, I was a psychopath.
Yeah, you don't do that stuff.
It wasn't normal behavior.
You shouldn't wait until you're like Tippy Tom before you go, wow.
Wait, why would you call the FBI?
Yeah, I want to know why you called the FBI.
Whatever was going on, I wanted to talk about it. Whether it was the Klan marching. I called some Klansman. I got his number out of a book, and I talked to him for an hour about how bad he was. I was a nut. I was a phone nut.
And everybody should have recorded some of those.
Dude.
Actually, sounds kind of fun, but
actually, I was kind of, a fun guy, but
wow, the FBI.
Now I know why he doesn't play video games. His real life was much cooler.
Wow. Yeah, I was a wacko, and I knew I was a wacko, and it was a decision. Like when you look at the service, 18, but look what Kipling Kinkle accomplished, or look what Eric and Dylan accomplished by the time they were 16 in Columbine.
Go getters.
Yeah, these are boys who knew what they wanted. But you know what I mean? The age thing, it's like, come on. It depends, I guess, when you start. I started relatively young, and I was an addict.
And you attribute all this to the drinking and the drugging that made you all crazy like that?
No, I was the guy before again, I was a sex addict from second grade on, I think. There was that naughtiness.
But I mean, the whole, calling the FBI and getting on the phone and basically,
calling the Klan guy.
Being an ass. Yeah.
You would do that.
That all went away?
Sober?
No.
Yes, that went away. Okay,
absolutely.
That's what I mean. It was associated with the drinking and the drugging. Wow.
That's something.
Yeah, I was a wacko.
You just would walk down the street with a butcher knife?
I did that one night, hoping the police would shoot me. I forgot they had billy clubs. Thank God that didn't come to fruition.
Oh, Jesus.
That would have been embarrassing. Little melodramatic angst. I got my hand broken with a billy club, kicking my fat ass.
Were you saying things? Were you saying badass things with a butcher knife? Like, come on!
I don't remember. I remember walking, though, and holding it out. That I remember. But I was just nuts, dude.
Thought it was a good idea, walking around the house, you're drunk, and you just said, I'm going to walk around the streets with a butcher knife.
Yeah, I think I had a fight with my mom or something.
Yeah.
Just silly shit.
And I'm sure she was right, because you were probably an idiot.
An ass! I know I was an ass. I was a difficult boob with a tango. Just an embarrassment. Suburban faggot with fat laces. Yuck.
God damn, that's funny.
Yeah, we got to go to Rob on Long Island. Rob?
Poor bastard.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Precious. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I was just wondering if this girl that Jimmy likes is currently banging a Navy guy who rides a motorcycle.
Wow.
Good
call back from like our first week on the air.
Dude, it's hilarious. I actually thought of the guy who works in the store I'm like, that's the guy you are.
That's the guy.
It doesn't matter what you do. If you getting laid is great and you buy hook, whatever. But it's like there's a time where you just want to have the girlfriend and you like the girl. It's like, fuck, it's stuff.
And she's telling you about asking you how she can make her chances better with this guy, or how her relationship with this guy is good, and telling you what they did last night, like you care.
And you don't want to snap and be a dick because there's nothing the other person's done wrong.
Yeah, but no, you should snap. And the only reason you don't is that little piece of hope that you can turn it around. Because any guy should turn around and go, you dumb bitch, don't you understand that I'm really into you and you talking to me like this is fucking torture?
Yeah, it's almost like that's the only thing. I mean, I don't get mad. I'm like, I'm mad at myself. Like, am I that bad at communicating anything? It's like, do you not see how I interact with other people?
No,
compared to how I interact with you? I mean, maybe you just don't see me interact with other people. You think I'm a nice guy. I'm icky.
It's just torture.
It's awful.
You just want to smack him in the head.
Dude, it's depressing.
Beat him with a golf club.
Yeah.
And run free for 20,
Jerk off
30
in the
years.
tree. Jerk off in the tree.
I'm holding out hope for Jimmy. I think you're going to find someone. I really do.
Eventually, I think so.
Because a lot of your friends and like myself, we see the other side of you, and you got a beyond cool side that
it's going to
chick with love.
Special girl though.
I don't know. I think she's out there. Joe from Michigan.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up?
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
I'm in the same boat as you, man. I was able to give up the drinking and drugging with pretty much no problem. But the sex thing, now that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
I would disagree with you as far as I don't know if this is what you were defining it as, but sex addiction is not, in my mind, an inability to have intimacy with an emotional intimacy with a woman. For me, it's been the inability not to gratify myself sexually in some way. Going to pretty great lengths, whether it be taking your route with the ladies of the evening or just being out there whoring around in the general sense. But
maybe I should rephrase it. I'm not saying that the lack of intimacy is sex addiction. I'm saying that that's one of the manifestations of sex addiction. That's
absolutely.
one of the things that it causes.
Yeah, it's like a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
It's a symptom of the whole thing. But I've listened to you since you guys been on the came off the premium, and I have to say that I am also a recovering large labia addict like you.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, that just drives me nuts, man. And I've never been able to come across one with a large clit, but man, that'd be something else. If you ever come up, you can send one my way. I'd appreciate it.
It takes 2 minutes before you two perverts are just talking about
drop all the recovery nonsense.
All that goes out. Oh, don't you love the big clit?
That's the beauty of this show, though.
And dude, as he's saying that, I'm not thinking about intimacy. I'm thinking about I know whose clit that he's talking about. Like, not that you know, but I know this girl I had sex with. I hooked up with her twice, and she had almost a 2-inch clit, and she's probably the hottest ever. And I hate the fact that I couldn't connect with her
2 minutes.
I would pay money for that. I'd pay big money for that.
I have, brother.
I just don't get that one.
The meaty.
I just don't. No, I get a meaty area, but I don't get the meaty clit.
Well, I like that all is a bigger part of it. It's just more to like.
Hey, I'll tell you another thing. Jimmy, let me ask you this: do you get into the
sports group, Black History Flash?
Everybody would like to know how to tap into their hidden strengths. Surely you can tell me something about that.
In 2001, Tennessee Titan and Alcorn State alum quarterback Steve McNair, who was born in Mount Olive, Mississippi.
We all have our limits.
It's pretty good, though, man. I'm telling you, if you can get a chick who's still nursing. I mean, I'm not saying.
Oh my God! I just got the heebie-jeebies,
dude. I don't want anything sugary and sweet
coming from a woman.
I'm telling you, it's a tasty treat. It really is.
Well.
I'm serious.
Good for you.
Hey, Jimmy, I got to tell you this.
Dude, this guy doesn't stop.
I was looking at.
I know.
Jimmy.
I should just have.
I'm right here, bro. I knew he was gonna hang up.
Hey, I was on your website. I was checking out at Eat a Bullet, and I was looking through your pictures, and this is no bullshit. That picture of you with Secca.
Oh yes.
I kid you not. You and I could be fucking twins.
Jesus.
I'm not kidding you, man.
Hey, there you go.
Can I send you can I email you a picture and just for your
email it naked to ben.spars at xmradio.com.
Yeah, you can email me at Yellow Treats because that was taken when I was 19 at Frank's Chicken House with Seika, and I also met Marilyn Chambers and Erica Boyer.
All right, Joe.
Shut up. You're done.
Joe, you're
done,
sweetie.
Joe.
You're killing us. Thanks,
You're
Joe.
done.
Bye, Joe.
Let's go to Vinny. Vinny, what's up?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Good.
Vin?
Hey, sweet tits, how's it going?
Aye, that's hurtful.
Oh, you hear about the thing about the love spat.
I'm a bit puzzled. The thing is, when women actually go off and say, like, I love you like a friend or whatever bullshit that might be, it's really because they're trying to get you jealous. I know what you're thinking. Possibly that's just a line, but what happens really is that they're telling you two things. Number one, they really dig you. Number two, it's simply because they're yelling at you, but they can't really yell at you because you're a friend, and simply that's because you didn't work fast enough.
Maybe in some cases, but the majority of them, no. They just, like Jimmy said, they see no threat there in any way, shape, or form, so they feel they could just talk about their love life, and it's fine and dandy.
I think she connects with me as a person. I think it's very genuine, too. I think she likes me as a person, maybe even loves me as a friend, and it's not some cock tease. It's a very genuine, real thing. I can't get any mad at this other person at all.
In the movies, you would be able to turn it around, and she'd fall madly in love with you.
Yes, this is the guy. But in real life, I walk by mirrors, and I'm like, sit up at 1987.
Josh from Clintwood is asking Jimmy, when you called the Klansmen, did he say, and both races will be destroyed?
It'll create a mongrel race.
Let's go to Dr. D in Indiana.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, Doc.
Hey, I wanted to say I'm a 1-month listener, love the show.
Thank you, sir.
Got you guys on
Thanks.
the worst of and just been addicted ever since. I was wanting to tell Jimmy, it sucks when a girl that you like, you're trying to be supportive to her and, help her out with her boyfriend, and she says to you one day, you know what, you would be a perfect gay friend.
Oh, my God.
I never heard that one.
Oh, yeah. And I'm a perfectly heterosexual guy, but, that's not something you can ever live down or recover from.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
And so, or a girl telling you, you're what I need, but my heart is with so-and-so. Oh, shut up, bitch.
Yeah.
Go jump in the fucking lake.
It's when you cut the heart out and actually give it to so-and-so.
Yeah, and bury it.
Yeah.
Police show up, and you think you can hear it beating under the floor. Oh, wait, I didn't come up with that.
Let's go to Atlanta. Tito.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Tito?
Hi, sexy name.
Hey, what's up, sweet tip?
Good.
I just wanted to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy, man, I know what you're feeling, man, because this is a girl that I like, and she says she likes me and all that stuff, but, man, she's just like, she considers me like the guy friend, which is a bunch of fucking bullshit, I just don't know what to say. Jimmy, man, you're money and you don't even fucking know it.
Thank you, Angel. But, I can't, I would love to I can't trash the other person because she's been very genuine. I know when someone's bullshitting when they're being genuine. The other person's been genuine. I'm not a victim. I'm just annoyed at myself that I allowed myself to get to this point. And that's what it is. It's nothing to do with the other person doing anything wrong or misleading me or any of that crap. I'm just a sap, and I kind of knew this all along.
Do you know the station just went into a Black History PSA while we were talking to that other guy about the clit?
Are you serious?
Yeah. A couple of people commenting said it went into a Black History PSA. Yeah.
And what happened?
I guess, they cut back to the show, but the hell's that about?
I think I think they panicked down there in Washington because we're doing longer breaks now.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's all it is.
But a PSA? Why a PSA?
I don't know.
Black History?
We'll get to that.
That's probably a technical glitch. That's all it is.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Nick.
Oh, am I on there?
Hi, Nick.
Right.
Yes, you are.
Turn down your XM, man.
Oh, shit. Sorry, man. I just wanted to... Yeah, sorry. I dropped my phone.
We're a
but
mess.
Basically, what I wanted to say, though, was...
He's panicking.
You were quoted on moviepoopshoot.com.
Yeah?
With the porn star quote of the week. And also, though, I do have a story, though, about...
What was the quote?
What was the quote? What was the quote?
You're a mess.
Hey, Nick.
The vicious type of humor I do, who cares? No, if I was making a stand for child porn, yeah, that would be bad. But normal porn is legal and totally legitimate thing that people enjoy. It sickens me that people deny that they enjoy it. Most people will admit...
Dude, slow down.
Wow.
Read it slowly. You have a couple seconds. We want to hear the quote. You don't have to be Pete Panic and blow through it.
Take a breath, my friend. You are one of the most nervous callers.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Let me help you out. Don't be nervous. We're probably the hottest talk show in America, and you're being heard from Maine to L.A. It's really no big deal.
Loosen up. Take a deep breath, Nick. Go ahead. Take a deep breath.
And
one
our
deep
fans
breath.
aren't that vicious if you fuck up one stupid word. So
They're forgiving.
Just calm down and don't worry about all the millions of people listening right now, okay? All right. Let's try it again, Nick. All right, here we go. Everyone be quiet so Nick from Wisconsin can tell us the quote. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. The vicious type of humor I do, who cares? I mean, no. I was making a stand. If I was making a stand for child porn, yeah, that would be bad. But normal people... Oh, fuck. God damn it.
You stink.
Yes, I do.
That gag works every time.
Every time. No. And then he tried to dramatize it a little more, and it just screwed him up even more.
I love that new
gag. Billy, aren't you ashamed? No, I'm not. He's punching his own dick as he's dragged down a hallway.
All right, Nick, we're just going to have to take your word.
We'll have to let you be, Nick.
Movie poop shoot and look it up. Mr. Zero reading skills.
Oh, that's telling us we got to get you out of here, Nick.
No, porn, if I touch you,
oh my God, they're all listening. Did he say millions?
Boy, did he screw up.
That's classic. All right, let's go to Slick, the trucker. Ooh. Oh, by the way, you truckers are getting a real bad name on this program.
What's that?
Getting a lot of email from people. They're like, we understand a lot of truckers are listening, but you guys got to know when to hang up on these guys because they'll just talk and talk and talk and talk.
They do babble.
Well, because they're lonely guys out there.
Alone on the road. They need some company.
All right, Slick.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Hey, pretty good. I had a comment. Picked up that Hustler issue this weekend. Bought it for the article, actually. Of you guys in there. And,
it's the July issue of Hustler magazine, yes.
Right, yeah. Picked that one up, and I think Anthony looks like about a 92 on the 31 flavors. In the vagina, the 31 flavors,
Okay.
And I think Ope is probably about a 90. And the goofy picture of Jimmy in there looks like he just fed that girl a bran muffin and has a date with her in about 3 hours.
Wow. I don't even know what he was trying to say.
Well, they got all the...
a 92 in the
vagina
thing? Right. The vagina
Well, they got this whole vagina
listing
thing where it's vaginas, every year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where is that? Oh, my God, now we got to stop the show to see if there was anything there at all.
I doubt it.
Oh, God.
Jeepers. And Jimmy, a bran muffin, and a thing. What?
Saying that the look I have with Taylor Law is that I probably look like I'm very happy, like she's about to drop a tapered piece of delicious treat on me.
Okay. All right. Was it me? Perhaps I wasn't understanding?
I wrote about that in my blog. Wonder why I can't get a nice girl. Jesus.
Yeah, that
old septic chest.
That makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, of course it does.
I think that's working against you a little bit.
It completely is, dude. Believe me, you're right.
the thought. What about the thought of actually finding a girl and then having to give that stuff up?
I mean, I don't care about the other stuff.
You really don't?
Dude, it's... Ugh.
Yeah.
So much of it is just silly.
See, okay. So he says you're a 92?
Yeah, let me see 92.
So 92 is a very hairy bush, and you got a goatee, so...
Yeah, maybe that's what he meant.
So it's it almost works.
Okay.
But then I'm a 90?
You're a 90. Where is that?
Which is a hairier bush than 92. And
I think he panicked.
He should have had you like a 91.
A 2002, because I have maybe a 90... whatever. Holy crap.
Whatever.
I'm even trying to help the guy, and I can't...
Yeah, why are we trying to bail this guy out?
I can't even figure it out.
You stink.
All right, Slick, thanks for stopping the show. I guess it's time to take a break.
I'll say it is.
Right. When we get back, we're going to do the sex tapes from Pat O'Brien. And then Dr. Phil talking about Pat O'Brien.
Favorite audio ever.
This is a bunch of horse shit on the way. Yeah, and this is the only place you can hear the Pat O'Brien sex tapes.
Yeah, of course.
Unedited, man.
Where else are you going to hear
Here in
that?
Frank's place.
Mom calls about the...
Jimmy, he was talking about a sex.
Oh, okay, thanks. No, we're going to do this. Hi, Mom, I'm in jail. Because Mother's Day is right around the corner, so we have this game we used to play called Hi, Mom. And this is the time we played Hi, Mom, I'm in jail, and it went horribly wrong. Hello, Mark.
Yo.
Are you ready to play Hi, Mom, I'm in jail?
Sure.
All right, now what are you going to tell your mom when she gets on the phone?
I'm going to tell her I was with a couple of prostitutes.
Wow, that could be pretty good.
That's a good
one.
one.
I haven't been to jail in like about 8 years, so...
So she thinks you've cleaned up your act, huh?
Yeah, and I'm happily married, you know?
Oh, and you're married and you got caught with the prostitutes?
Yeah.
Let's give your mom a call, man.
Okay, cool.
Make this good. Here we go.
Yeah.
Ma!
What?
Listen, it's Mark.
Yeah?
Listen, I'm in jail. What? Yeah. Hey. I got caught with a couple of prostitutes.
Who's this?
Mark. It's your son, Mark.
Where are you?
I'm in jail. Downtown. Don't tell Gina. I need you to come bail me out.
Who?
You.
With what?
Oh, get away or something. I don't know. You can't. Don't call my house.
This call's being monitored, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Police department.
I didn't know if you were joking with me or if you're serious or what.
No,
Mom, serious.
We've set.
Oh, jeez.
We've set the bail at $5,000, ma'am. That will be cash.
5,000?
Yes.
What did he do?
He was found with a couple of prostitutes, one of which was a transvestite. And it's a serious charge, ma'am. Will someone be coming to pick him up?
Ma!
What?
Can you come?
We got to clear this up before it makes the paper tomorrow morning.
Who am I speaking to?
This is Officer Jenkins.
Officer Jenkins. I'll have to call his brother. I'll call his brother and see if I can get the money.
We know also the prostitute has tested positive for the AIDS virus, which is another problem he's going to have to deal with. Hello, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh. Where's Sonny Boy? Are you speaking up to your mother?
Yeah, Ma.
What?
Ma, I don't know how to tell you how this happened. I was with the Brain. You know the Brain?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I picked him up with a couple of them.
Oh.
It's not a laughing matter, son.
I know.
Mother sounds very upset. You try to raise your kids. You do your best. I'm sure you did your best, didn't you, ma'am?
Yeah.
And look at what happens. Oh, my God, she's so upset. I can't do this anymore.
Ma!
I can't do this.
Ma! Hey, Ma!
Excuse me, ma'am?
Yeah?
Happy Mother's Day, Ma!
Joke. This was
It's all a
the
joke.
worst. Oh, I'm going to burn in hell for this, man. Oh, no.
Ma! She's all right.
He's fine. He's not in jail.
It's only... Ma, you're live on the radio.
You could smack him in the head.
Mom, you still there?
Yes.
Talk to us, Mom.
Look how upset. Oh, my God, dude.
I got to make a phone call.
Dude, did you know she was going to get that upset?
No.
Oh, my
Usually
God.
I can joke with him, I'm always joking with him.
Oh, no.
I'm always joking with him.
Oh, we feel horrible now.
You got to smooth things over and call us back, man.
All right.
All right, bro.
Oh, no.
Take care, guys.
Good
luck.
Bye.
Oh, no. That one didn't work well. Oh, my God. Boobs always bring this show to a halt. Oh, screeching halt.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesdays. Whip 'em Out Wednesdays.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is epic. Beautiful. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Those are real. How about the woman that took her shirt off?
Ah, yeah.
Sexy girls. Sexy girls. You have sorry girls show boobs. I see boobs.
Yes.
He just got wowed.
Wow. Hey.
It was amazing.
That's nice.
Opie and Anthony.
Hey, yeah.
It's world renowned.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesdays.
Those are real. Cancel your appointment.
Okay.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesdays.
Oh, wow.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. What, hello there? Huh? No, nothing. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Look at Opie's just disgusted when we come back from break.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Was that because Eric's babbling over the...
Eric likes to babble. We all know that.
Over the music?
We're trying to get back in the show, and he's telling a cute story. I don't... I'm like, dude...
Mics are on. Aw, he's all upset.
Now, Hawk.
All right, listen. Don't do that to me.
What?
Don't do that to me.
Oh, God.
Don't throw me under the bus today.
It's actually very good.
No, all right, see? He blew it. Thank you. Jimmy is scraping the yogurt today, not
I've been
me.
watching you do it. It's good.
I usually eat my yogurt 9:30.
9:30 when you hear the scraping of the spoon?
Between 9:30 and 10, I dig into my yogurt for all that goodness.
What were you doing with that pen? Because people are complaining about a squeaking noise.
Squeaking? What?
Like, were you twisting something with the pen?
They can hear all that? I think all it is this.
I don't hear that. You were doing something
This
that was
is all I
making
was
a
doing.
clicking
I
or
did this.
squeaking sound.
I was doing this for an hour, the first hour of the show. You can't hear that.
No. They heard something.
They hear everything. It's really strange.
Good mics.
My ears are shot.
They're
So
super hearing.
yeah, it's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. The whole WOW thing is amazing. We're taking it kind of casual this season because we're still building the audience. We're spreading the virus across America. A lot of people have no idea what WOW's all about, and it's gonna take time, I think, because we do have a huge audience, but it's spread out across the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell the people to have some patience. Get your WOW stickers, get them on your cars, or write the WOW on the back of your trucks if you're one of the many truckers that are listening to the show. And the deal is really simple. Girls see the WOW, and if they feel like it, they're going to flash you on the highway. It does work. It's worked for many, many years.
Yep.
But I think we're going to have patience as we rebuild this whole show. That's all.
I've seen more of the stickers popping up on vehicles, that's for sure.
Yeah, and
driving in.
And the WOW's a cool way to just support the show in general. So you get the WOW sticker, you throw it on, and you know what? Just go about your business and maybe even forget about it. And one day, all of a sudden, you're going to be like, holy crap, those guys aren't kidding. This does work. All right?
It truly works.
If you need a WOW sticker, just go to opieandanthony.com. There's an address there. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we send out the WOW stickers from here.
Right.
And we're getting like hundreds of envelopes a day now. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane.
It's nuts.
All right. Where are we going, Anthony?
I think we were talking about Pat O'Brien.
Okay. Can I do the Brad Pitt thing real fast?
Oh, of course.
For the ladies out there?
Ladies.
You think that...
Get your diddle fingers ready.
You think Jennifer Aniston's reading stuff like this and just wants to throw herself out a window?
Perhaps.
Although there's rumors that she was the one.
What, screwing around?
That had some kind of interest.
Really?
That's what they're starting to say. But anyway, everyone knows by now that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have at least had sex.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing something. I don't know, how solid they are.
It's a relationship or just kind of a banging.
But, man, in the Post today, another story that just made us laugh silly in the office. Listen to this. What do you got, Ben?
Just pictures of them.
Oh, okay. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie made so much noise during an animalistic sex session at their Kenyan love nest that security rushed to their room.
Oh, man, what is going on?
This is according to Star Magazine, the celeb-obsessed weekly, which breathlessly dubs the Pitt-Jolie affair the romance of the century, quotes an insider at the luxury beach resort as saying the couple's loud lovemaking sounded like a wounded animal, like someone being killed.
That's some lovemaking.
How many women out there are just moaning right now behind their wheels?
Brad Pitt just banging the hell out of her.
Just,
she's screaming.
Just slamming her.
She's sucking his dick. He's howling.
A gun.
Bam.
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 Bam. Just pounding her.
Imagine you're in
Yeah.
Imagine you're hearing this through the wall. Oh my God.
You're next door. You're in the room next door. I think Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are next door.
Yeah, shh. Let's listen.
Listen, maybe we'll hear him talking or something.
Oh, it gets better. So, one insider saying that it sounded like a wounded animal, like someone being killed. According to Star, worried guards grabbed their weapons, rushed to Pitt and Jolie's suite, and hammered furiously on the door with their clubs.
So they're banging on there thinking that there's a problem.
Well, it's Kenya, Yeah. I think these villas and resorts are in the middle of the safari there.
I think maybe a lion got in the room and was ripping them to shreds.
You never know. Maybe a lion got loose and jumped through the window or something. Suddenly, the screams stopped, Anthony, and Pitt's voice was heard from inside the 2000 a night villa saying, "Everything is cool, guys. You can leave. We're okay.
Cool. Just banging."
Star reports it found an entry in the resort's disturbance log. They have these disturbance logs at the resort. And at 2 a.m. on April 20th, people here have great respect for men with sexual prowess who keep their women pleased, the mag quotes an onlooker. Even better, another local relates, Miss Jolie got so excited the guards thought maybe Mr. Pitt was taking juju herbs to give him the strength of a lion.
Juju herbs?
It's J-U-J-U. Juju, I think it's pronounced. I don't know.
Juju herbs. Wow.
There you go. So Brad Pitt is just banging.
How hot is Angelina Jolie?
She's just amazing.
It's not an original thing to say, but she is gorgeous.
I kind of like the Jennifer Aniston, but Jolie just blows her away.
What is she have tattooed on her back? She has like dialogue on her back or something, Angelina.
Really?
Yeah, look at
She's a kook.
She's a wacko.
She is really a nut job.
See it right there? It looks like almost like a barcode on her back. It's a tattoo of like lines of dialogue.
Billy Bob probably put that on her.
Yeah, this psycho.
Those two very fond of getting the tattoos that meant something to each other and wearing the blood around each other's necks.
Yeah.
How do you think Billy Bob feels? Just to know that, because he's older, he's an older gentleman.
Yeah.
Just to know that Brad Pitt is fucking your ex, and apparently very well.
Very well.
Oof.
He's doing a damn good job.
Let's go to Tennessee. Dave, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going there, little fuzzy nuts?
Oh, good.
Well, I just got wowed.
Really?
Speaking of having a problem with truck drivers you guys mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the C word here.
Oh, hold on.
Warning, warning, C-word alert, C-word alert, warning.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
This fucking cunt riding in the passenger seat of a truck driver. Jabba the Hutt, excuse me, is a passenger in a truck somewhere in Tennessee right now. I mean, I thought it looked like Ralphie May with long hair flashing me.
Getting better.
I think I need counseling. I had to pull over and rest there. I'm wiping the wow off the back of my truck right now.
You've had it. You've had it with this wow thing. One bad experience blew it for you.
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened to me.
That's hilarious. All right, Dave.
All right, punching out.
Thank you, Dave. All right, why don't we get into the Pat O'Brien sex tapes?
Yes.
Got a lot of new listeners, and I don't think a lot of people have heard the unedited tapes. I think what we have to do before we get into this whole segment is play the tapes.
Yeah.
Just let them roll.
Pat O'Brien.
Because he's coming back to The Insider.
Yeah. And he's going to be on Dr. Phil.
Tonight he's going to be on Dr. Phil. We'll have that tape for tomorrow.
Oh,
right?
yes, we will.
All right, so why don't we just play, it's what, it's like 5-6 minutes long?
4 minutes.
Oh, it's only 4 minutes? Okay. So here you go. Here's the Pat O'Brien sex tapes. Everyone knows the story, right?
He's out of control. The guy is out of control. Some chick, I don't know, I guess a coworker.
Well, he's married. He's seen another chick.
Seen some other chick.
And then there's a third girl involved.
And there's this girl that he's calling on her phone, leaving messages.
I heard they were in a restaurant, and that he was like going to the bathroom and calling her, and then coming back out. Like I heard they were in the same, like a restaurant out somewhere. That's what someone told me.
Same general area, so they were kind of communicating that way.
So he was probably looking at her the whole time, lusting and rubbing his mule or whatever.
Yeah, so these are the tapes that forced him into rehab. And forced him. He didn't want to go to rehab. He loves the lifestyle. He loves the fact that he can booze and drug and bang whoever the hell he wants because he's so connected in Hollywood. Don't be fooled by this idiot.
No.
By the way, he's a good friend of Eric Logan.
Is he?
I can't wait to talk to him on this show.
Eric Logan's been trying to...
Me, you, Elo, Betsy.
Yeah,
all of us.
Eric's been trying to hire him for XM.
Really?
And we're not helping his cause, but screw it. But he loves the lifestyle. He got caught, and now he had to go into rehab to make good so he could get his face back on TV. That's
Lighten up.
That's all this is about. But here's the tapes that got Pat O'Brien in a lot of trouble.
Message Sunday, 7:09 p.m.
You are so fucking hot. And I want to eat you. I don't want you to suck my cock. I want to fuck you. I don't want my girlfriend to eat you. You're so fucking hot. You are fucking hot. Let's do it. You are so fucking hot. Please leave me a voicemail. Go to the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye.
Saved message Sunday, 7:48 p.m. p.m.
I'm so fucking into you. But Betsy's so jealous. But let's fucking have sex, and I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits. But you have to be into Betsy. I told Betsy that you're into her. And if you get this message, just look at me and say yes. But I want to fucking lick your pussy and make you come so much. And get crazy. I don't know why I'm like this, but I want you badly. I know you want me. But you have to be the Betsy, too. So when you get this message, if you agree with me, say yes.
Saved message Sunday, 7:51 p.m.
So fucking hot. Just look at it. If you agree with anything I've said, just say yes to me. Or wink. I want to fucking go crazy with you. Drive you nuts.
Saved message Sunday, 8:34 p.m.
Hey, it's me. I'm so fucking into you. And you have to pay attention to Betsy, but let's have fun. I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your tits and watch you eat Betsy and lick your ass. I'm so fucking into you. It's incredible. Check this message and then just say to me, yes. And kids can watch us. Let's just fucking have fun. I'm so fucking into you. You're so fucking hot. And I don't do this for a living. It's like new to me. But I want to fucking make you crazy. Bye.
Saved message Sunday, 9:04 p.m.
Hey, it's me. You're so fucking hot. It's just like all of a sudden, I'm not into it, but the three of us to get together, I want to fucking suck your pussy, talk dirty to you, watch you and Betsy eat each other, suck my cock, beat off of your face. Get another woman up. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke. So when you get this message, if you agree with this, just look at me and say yes. God, you're so fucking hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't do this. But I fucking want to just fucking make you crazy. Make you fucking crazy. I convince Betsy that you're into her. I'm gonna watch you guys make out. So you get this message. If you agree with me. I don't know why my phone doesn't take messages, by the way. We can have any of these fucking hookers, too. Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs, fuck and eat. Go crazy. Bye. If you agree with me, look at me and wink or yes or something. And kids can watch that sex dance.
You have no more messages.
I cannot get enough of those
That
tapes.
is so good.
I gotta say, man, this is borderline sexual harassment.
Oh,
I
God.
just wanna. Oh. He is so worked up. He can't take it.
He's got
Every message.
He's got a Cialis hard on, like you've said, and
I can't. I want to fuck
He's
eat you, and Betsy, and
But then he goes into these nice things, like he goes from filthy, like I just want to eat your ass, then want you and Betsy just to give positive affirmations to each other.
make out. He uses like junior high lingo. You and Betsy to make out. Oh, and I want to shove my tongue a foot up your ass crack.
Oh, yeah. I
want
forgot
to
that
suck
part.
your tits and kick you down the stairs. Then I want you to wear Betsy's pin.
So, that's the reason Pat O'Brien had to go into rehab right there. And he's going to be back on TV starting tonight or tomorrow. Well, the Dr. Phil thing's tonight, right?
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It is great.
And no one has really heard the sex tapes just because
you can't play them.
You can't play
even
them
bleep
anywhere.
them. You can't even bleep them.
The beauty of satellite radio right there.
Yep.
There's one point, the first call, I don't know if there's a time on, but obviously the next one is 7:09 and then 7:48, and I love the fact that there's one after that is 7:51. 3 minutes later, he's just like, I have to call this pig again.
Because he was so worked up. He's thinking about it, running it over in his head. Yeah, and I want to fuck you and get Betsy in there. Well, Betsy's not really into it anymore, but, like, I give a shit about that. I'm going to drag if Betsy's blindfolded, knocked out, and tied up, don't pay any mind to it. If you don't mind that, just inhale through your nose.
And if you listen to these closely, you see that at times he's slightly redundant.
Well, that's why we had that Pat O'Brien chart thing that one of the listeners came up with.
We did that. Yeah. We did that in Washington. We came up with how many times
I know,
he
but
said...
Wait, were you here?
Yeah, we were in D.C.
No, did you see the animation that someone came up with?
Oh, no.
Maybe you were on the road. It's amazing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Maybe we could get it in one of the, right up on opieandanthony.com in the headline section so people could check it out again because it's been a while.
Now that Pat's back in the news.
This guy came up with this stuff where he keeps track of all the phrases like we did in Washington, but he made an animation that's just really, really cool.
I didn't see that at all. That's great.
Eric will get it up in a nice area on the websites in a couple minutes here, but
it's my favorite audio ever, dude. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well,
you don't cure that in 30 days.
No, of course not. But he has to get back on TV. It's going to be huge ratings for The Insider.
Everyone's going to tune in, sure.
Of course. Well, it starts with Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's getting involved. Ugh, I hate Dr. Phil.
Dr.
I cannot stomach the guy. I see him on TV. I will watch until I get annoyed and then shut it off.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Dr. Phil.
Well, see, I do things to get annoyed, too. Like, I'll watch Dr. Phil to get annoyed, and then I just move on.
Does he have fatties on and tells them how they're not supposed to eat and why they're fat?
It's just the worst.
It's one of those same typical
it's just the
TV
worst.
shrink shows.
Well, here's Dr. Phil on Jay Leno last night.
Tell people who Pat O'Brien is. They don't know this story by now.
Well, Pat O'Brien is the host of The Insider, which is a Hollywood-type show. He's been a broadcaster for 30 years. He's did sports for a long time, NBA, Olympics, things of that nature, and then kind of went over to the dark side, I guess, and started doing celebrities in Hollywood. So he's been doing that for a while. What was he on?
He was on Access Hollywood.
Access Hollywood.
He was right across the hall from us.
Yes.
Yeah, for years.
Friend of yours?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, close friend, yeah.
Wow, what's wrong with Leno, man? They probably are friends, but he doesn't want to, admit that or something?
I think he probably doesn't care about Pat O'Brien at all. He's just like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
This is the best part. Dr. Phil explains the sex tapes to Jay Leno. What you just heard, obviously.
See, the thing that doesn't bother me so much, I understand alcohol, I understand drug addiction, I understand those are illnesses that can be treated. I think the thing that got him in trouble was the sexual harassment coming to light with these messages he left on this woman's phone.
He got fried up in New York. He got on drugs and alcohol up there, and he spotted some girl that really caught his attention, and he started calling, leaving it in her voicemails on her cell phone. And they were very graphic, very explicit, very vulgar voicemails, and she then forwarded them to a friend who apparently turned them into an MP3 and put them on the internet, and everybody in the world has heard them.
There's a hell of a friend, huh? I didn't know that.
Wow. Her friend, this guy from New Jersey, Steve Carlisi, she just wanted to... They were on the internet for 6 months, but nobody could navigate the fucking site and find the calls.
Yeah, is Steve involved in this? Because we were one of the first to have the damn
I didn't
things.
upload anything. I just...
Yeah. I don't know where they originally came from. Isn't that amazing how you could put something on the internet and just... It'll spread to the point where everyone gets it.
Yeah. Same with Abu Ghraib.
Yeah. Where those pictures, you could just... it's just one person starting, putting them on, and then, bam, they're everywhere.
I got to tell you, do you notice the lengths Hollywood is going to in a way. Like, they must really like Pat O'Brien. I think that he's done a lot of things for a lot of people.
A lot of favors you think of being called in?
I just think that this is a guy they genuinely like, because he seems like he lobs up softball questions. But for them to go out of their way like this...
But he's not working for Fox or CNN. That's a goofy celebrity show.
No, I know,
where he's talking about everyone else and their problems. So
I think it's going to look a little odd for him now to sit there and talk about, the mistakes that this one's making, and this one's in rehab going in it. And you're just going to look and go, that's the I want to eat your ass guy.
He'll personalize it, and then that's what we'll do it. Yeah, he's doing it. Well, don't we all know how that feels? He'll get little laughs out of it, and that's what he'll do.
I think they're doing it for the ratings, and then they'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. If the ratings start dropping, then let's get rid of them.
But Dr. Phil is CBS, Leno's NBC. I think he's CBS. So it's almost like I think there's something else going on. Like, look at the lengths they're going to help this guy out, which is fine. I mean,
right.
I think he should come back to work.
It's ABC.
Well, it's a ratings grabber.
Yeah.
It really is a ratings grabber. Steve?
Yeah. Oh, you were asking about where that audio came from. It was up on one site, and within 6 hours of it being up, someone emailed it to me. And that's where it came from.
6 hours later.
Yeah, it was really quick.
Yeah, because we weren't even sure. We started playing him. We were in Washington. And we started playing him. And then we were like, Steve, are you sure this is Pat O'Brien? He's like, well, I think so.
I know.
It really sounded like him.
We had a little panic that day, I remember.
But it was up on one site, and it was this other one site that had it. And maybe people were afraid because it was in the wake of the Paris Hilton and the Fred Durst thing, and people were a little bit apprehensive to put it up, but within 6 hours of this other site posting it, somebody had emailed it to me, and other radio shows wanted to, but they just couldn't.
We're not afraid to play it without knowing the facts. That's us.
You have a booming radio voice, I gotta tell you.
Sorry?
It just booms.
Oh, don't be sorry.
Ramon.
Clip of the day on the news, the jet ski almost clocking the surfer in the head. If you get a chance to watch the news, check that out.
Wow. The amazing part of that video is the surfer ducking and still staying on his surfboard as he's riding like a 20-foot wave.
That's a good one.
That would have hurt.
There you have it. All right, there goes Steve.
Oh, look at that.
Here's
Look at Ben driving. Oh.
Here's Pat O'Brien.
Do.
The car flipping over and over and over. Don't.
You know that's how awful he drives.
Big head, he can't see in the rearview mirror. Taken up with his own big head.
Jesus.
What's behind me? I don't know. Tom Brady.
I guess Leno asks Dr. Phil if Pat O'Brien remembers making these calls.
Oh. And did he remember leaving these messages?
Says he does not remember it.
You know, here's my problem, okay? I mean...
You don't believe that? You don't believe he doesn't remember?
You know, I'm sorry.
No, Dr. Phil, because in the real world... Dr. Phil, he just lives in this
He remembers making those calls.
I'm going to say maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I'll go 50-50. Blackouts are very, very common.
He didn't sound that fucked up.
No, he didn't sound that fucked up. He really didn't.
He sounded like he might have been on coke. You don't black out from coke.
Hell no.
I just want to go fucking crazy with you.
Yeah. Grinding his teeth.
You hear his mouth loll a little bit. He might have been the blackout. I'll say I don't know.
I'm sorry. Some things happen when you're on drugs and alcohol. How about the things that happened when you weren't on drugs and alcohol? How about the sexual harassment issues when you weren't high or drunk? What's the excuse there?
Well, I asked him about every story that was out there.
Yeah.
I asked him about all the stories when he was here at NBC. I asked him about all those things across time, and he responds to them. And some of them, he says, are totally fabricated. Some of them, he says, maybe there's a misinterpretation of it or whatever. But I asked him about all those things. Until I sat down and interviewed Pat O'Brien, I'd probably spent maybe 15 minutes with him in my entire life. I didn't know. Do
you believe he remembers these things or no?
Yeah, I think he was really fried that night. I think he was way, way beyond intoxicated, and I don't know whether he remembers them or not.
I guess what I'm saying is
I don't drink, so it's hard for me to imagine getting that.
Is this incident the final straw? You know what I'm saying? This is just the one that got you. Assuming you hadn't made those tapes, would this behavior still be going on? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Absolutely. I think without a doubt this was not an isolated incident. I don't think he says that it was an isolated incident. I think he realizes that particularly in the last couple of years that he was unwinding in a really bad way. And I think he believes that if this hadn't happened, that he would have been dead within the next...
Oh, stop.
How does Leno, you gotta love Leno though, man. He's actually coming right out. Do you really buy this? I mean, you really giving him a tough interview. That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
No faggoty Dr. Phil softballs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of that on the Dr. Phil thing. I don't think Phil's going to be very confrontational with him.
You let him do Leno.
Yeah, let Leno get there. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean,
you're a lying sack of shit.
And Pat's going to do a mea culpa. That's all he's going to do. He's just going to go, look, I did this, I did that, I did that. Now go ahead, crucify me if you want. And people go,
Pat, me, you, Mavis, all of us get together. I'll lick Mavis's ass. Yeah.
If you want me to jerk off on you, just look at me and crunch a Dorito. That was my Leno impression.
Very good.
I like that. Dr. Phil also made the Larry King show the other night, or last night.
Larry King.
And this is...
the Motley Crue.
A little taste of that.
What's the connection between alcohol and making perverse sexual, not innuendo, direct sexual come-on tapes? What's that connection?
It's both drugs and alcohol, but specifically about alcohol, alcohol is a depressant. And it's a depressant in that it depresses your inhibition centers. And so things that if you were sober, you would say, not a good idea. That part of your brain is turned off where, hey, whatever. You just kind of go with the flow. You don't have that little man in there that says, stop, 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 don't do this.
Is this overrated motherfucker on television, on Larry King, actually saying that alcohol suppresses your inhibitions? Is that the news, Dr. Phil?
Wow, he's breaking some ground here. Isn't he?
Wow.
He's a hack, I'm telling you.
He really bugs me.
These stupid fat housewives all over America are buying into his crap.
So where normally you might say, I'd like to take you out to dinner. After a few drinks, you'll say, I want to lick your ass.
Which
That's
is
what he's
accurate.
saying. It is accurate. Of course it is.
Because then you forget the whole dinner facade and get right to cut right to the chase.
To the good part, dessert.
But it's amazing how this guy is Dr. Phil, being basically a PR rep for him. And I mean, it works for Phil because he's going to get ratings, and it's working for Pat because
he doesn't
Dr.
have
Phil
to sit there in front of these people and be crucified.
He has Dr. Phil doing a public relations tour for him. These two fucking whores.
Yeah. His spokesman.
Tony from Philly's got a good comment here. Tony, go ahead.
Imagine if he's so fried, according to Dr. Phil, that he's just dialing and he's dialing wrong numbers, and some lady picks up by it and he's like, I want to fuck you. I want to fuck your tits.
Yeah, dial the right number every time.
Every single time.
He's okay to dial the right number. Imagine he dials wrong numbers and he's leaving these fucked up messages.
Although Ben usually gets the number right. Remember Ben's calls 2 in the morning?
Oh,
Just don't. I'm hanging out with Bono.
And also, it's amazing to me how, like, again, I always bring it back to this, and I know I probably shouldn't. It's this self-serving philosophy. But you look at a guy, like, look, they crucified Dice in Hollywood. No one came to his rescue when he was just saying potty mouth shit. And this guy is here doing what he does. And look at this Larry King and all the press and what went wrong.
That was like it was just an act. Dice was doing his comedy act, talking about women in this light, in the same way that Pat O'Brien was talking to a real live woman in a real live situation. And, they look and go, well, he's in rehab. We got to help him out.
Well, rehab saves everything.
It does.
Yeah, you think that's what saves
in Hollywood, all you have to do is go, whoa, I'm going into rehab. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll forgive you.
And I'm not even against Pat O'Brien. Like, I understand how this could happen to anybody. You get fucked up. I'm not trash. I don't want to see his career ruined. It's just amazing to me how selective. Where is now? Yeah. Where are feminists? Where is it when again, 1987, I fucked the chick. Oh, he's terrible. They run around with a bunch of signs.
Yeah.
Where are these selective bitches? Where? Where is your loud voice when Clinton's rubbing loads all over Monica? Where is your outrage? Where is your outrage now?
Yeah. Nowhere.
Selective.
Well, let's go back to Larry King.
Will Pat come back?
Well, I believe absolutely yes, and I'll tell you why. Because he's being honest about it. He's stepping up and owning this.
How can he not? It's on tape, stupid.
Pat has a 30-year history of being an excellent journalist, an excellent reporter and broadcaster, and I think he's earned a second look.
All right, maybe, but he's owning up to it.
He's owning up to it because he got caught.
Of course.
That's the only fucking reason.
Hey, did you guys hear the news that eventually Jackie Kennedy did admit that her husband was shot in Dallas? It's fucking on tape, idiot.
Stinky Bag from whackbag.com. Hey, Professor Anthony, the Motley Crue line was Regis, ass face. Do I even have to deal with this guy? Could someone else please just deal with this shithead?
I got to be honest. It wasn't Regis. It was Larry King, and he said, the Motley Crue.
Right, he was the first one. Regis then again said it later. But the first one that said it...
What's this guy's name? Let me handle it.
Stinky Bag from whackbag.com.
Stinky Bag? You were mistaken.
I'll say you are.
No, you got... Call him a douche-ass lick cock.
Let me deal with this punk. I understand where you're coming from, son, but you're mistaken. Way to handle it, Opie.
What they chime in like that on the instant feedback, like he knows, like, hey, ass face, and you're wrong. You are wrong.
All right, we're going to find the Larry King audio then.
Ass face.
Here's more King.
There is an 85% failure rate among those that go to alcohol rehabilitation and drug rehabilitation.
So the odds are he will go back.
The odds are that he will go back, but let me say this. The people that wind up in the 15% that maintain sobriety across a period of time don't get there by accident. It's not just luck of the draw. It's those who recognize that, number one, you were using the alcohol and drugs as a coping mechanism. Now, we take that away, you better put something in its place. Those problems still exist. The anxiety, the nervousness, the depression, the insecurity. Whatever it may be, he's got to come with new ways constructively to handle that.
That was what your mom said.
Dr.
We
Phil?
just heard Dr. Phil say if you're taking these things away, you have to replace it with something. Right there.
Well, he really is a varied opinions, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
Well, if you commit a murder, you just replace your freedom with incarceration. Dr. Phil is a sap.
What a tool.
Stinks. Mom, stop listening to this guy and painting religious pictures.
Like, Mom, get rid of Dr. Phil and replace it with another show.
Exactly.
This guy is awful.
And according to the tapes, Pat O'Brien has a lot of ideas of things he wants to replace it with.
Yeah, eating ass.
Betsy, beating off on faces.
That's the best line. I want to beat off on your face.
Oh,
what an awful expression. I want to hitchhike to heaven right in your mouth.
All right, here's... this clip just means nothing. It's Larry King asking if Pat O'Brien should talk about this on his show. You know, if they do talk about it, it's going to be so sugar-coated and stupid.
Should he discuss any of this on his own show?
Well,
what would you recommend?
I would recommend that he not ignore it. I would recommend that he step up and say, look, it's no secret. I became a story, and I've been gone, and I trust that you watched what was on the air last night with the
he
special.
Comes back on Thursday.
The next day. The show airs on Wednesday. He goes back on the air Thursday. I think he needs to acknowledge that and invite everybody out there to, A, forgive him, and B, keep a close eye on him.
Forgive him. I'm going to love hearing that, though, because he's got to say something. Pat O'Brien can't just sit down and go, Britney Spears pregnant, He's got to kind of, all right, I'm back, and, I just want to let everyone know that I apologize, and if anybody wants to fuck me or suck my dick, send me an email.
That's just a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, and inviting people to, go ahead, scrutinize me. That worked well for Gary Hart.
Ooh, yeah. Look into my background. Go ahead. Monkey Business. What was the boat?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was on that boat called Monkey Business.
Who's the girl?
Ooh. Who was the girl?
Oh, it's not Fawn Hall. It's not Jessica Hahn. It's not...
The other whore.
Yeah, exactly.
The other horse.
Not Jennifer Flowers.
Did she go on to do a jeans ad or something?
Probably.
Yeah. It'll pop up on instant feedback, and I'll just blurt it out completely out of context because we'll have moved on to something else.
And it would be funny if he, in the middle of the show, Pat O'Brien picks up the cell phone and goes, "I'm going to make a call." Then he goes, just kidding, close it.
Kidding.
See, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But they won't do that.
Pat from O'Brien.
No, he's going to have some serious statement that he reads.
Yeah.
Ugh, God,
Ladies and gentlemen,
serious statements.
The past few months have been tough for me and my family and Betsy's ass.
Who is the chick he made the calls to? Can we get her on the phone?
Know. Let's hear her talk. Talk to her, Dr. Phil.
Yeah. She'll have a different story for you.
God, I hope she's a fatty and he just dialed the wrong number. How great would that be?
Take a look at Soupy Drek from Jersey. Jennifer Flowers. It wasn't Jennifer Flowers. Who got it right? Snapman from Whackbag. Donna Rice.
Yes. Clinton was Jennifer Flowers.
Right. Asshead.
All right, here we go. Some remixes.
Ooh.
Right. Got to play a few of these remixes.
Of course. Love them.
Which ones you want to hear? We'll start off with an easy one. Listen to this as we try to figure out which other ones to play. We have like 30 of them.
Saved message Sunday, 7:09 p.m.
You are so fucking hot. I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits. But yes, at the end of that day, I told Betsy that you answer her. I want to fucking watch you eat Betsy and lick your ass. I don't do this for living. It's just like you to me. I want to fuck you. I want to feed off of your face and hire on under and take you to coke. I want to fuck you. You agree with me that yes, or wait. I'm so fucking into you. It's incredible. Please leave me a voicemail. Go to the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye.
You have no more messages.
Wink. Just wink.
I want to fuck you.
Like it, Adam. Oh, God, is that great. Here's another one of our faves. We had listeners making these remixes.
Hello? Fucking sexy. I want to fucking go crazy with you. So, I want to fucking go crazy with you. What are you trying to kid me now? You're so fucking hot. And I want to eat you. Johnny Lingus? I don't want you to suck my cock. Yeah, come over here. I'll suck your prick. I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits. Why don't you tell me where you are or come over and I'll school you. You tell me where you are and I'll come over. But yes, at the end of Betsy, I told Betsy that you're into her. Who? I want you badly. I know you want me. Why don't you come down, you yellow son of a bitch, you motherfucker bum? But you have to be in Betsy, too. Tell you? I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your tits and watch you eat Betsy and lick your ass. Fill my ass. I just fucking have sex and fun and drugs. Fuck and eat. Go crazy. Bye.
I can't get enough of these damn things.
Cunnilingus.
Fucking Pat O'Brien audio. It's the greatest audio capture ever.
Ever.
Suck your tits.
Ever.
It's funny every time.
Yeah. I love it.
I hope he relapses just so we get the sex tapes part 2.
I want to hear him just leave normal messages. I want to hear him just say anything into a phone.
Say anything into a phone.
God.
You know, I doubt he would ever leave messages like that again.
No.
There's no way. He would sooner walk right up to a girl and just say it to her face.
Even drunk, he'll just call women and go, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Anthony,
Blink.
I want to help you out here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come at the Palladium in Los Angeles. They're back together, their first live get-together in 5 years. The Motley Crue are back.
The Motley Crue, their first get-together. They're going to have coffee and cake.
Their first get-together.
Their first get-together in years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Motley Crue are back.
I enjoy Larry King almost nightly, but he had no business interviewing Motley Crue.
No. Interviewing and then introducing them. Introing them. Oh, does that just sound... Oh, it's so creepy. Let me hear it one more time.
Yeah?
I love it. It so doesn't make sense. Your mind almost can't wrap around this old bastard trying to intro a rock band that he has no clue about.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come at the Palladium in Los Angeles. They're back together, their first live get-together in 5 years. The Motley Crue are back.
Are back. Ladies and gentlemen, the first get-together. It's Marty Schmeckel and the Schmeckel brothers. That's like what he says. Like he's saying. Let's welcome Burl Bernstein and the Bernsteinettes.
He should be introing an orchestra. You're so
he
right.
He should be in the Catskills somewhere.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shecky Green. In his first get-together. Boy, we shared matzah back in the old days.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come at the Palladium in Los Angeles. They're back together, their first live get-together in 5 years. The Motley Crue are back.
What an anti-climax that was.
The Motley Crue
are back.
Oh, you know the guys got to be standing on stage going, where did the time go?
Yep.
Where did the years go? That it was probably, they're on a huge arena stage. Maybe some jock from some rock station comes out. There's young girls in the audience. And then they're like, Larry King is introducing us. The Motley Crue are back. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, you're going to love this act. It's their first get-together in many years. It's Artie Schmeckelstein. Oh, God, wonderful.
Want to hear another Pat O'Brien?
Goes to show you, if you're a young rocker, just kill yourself, man. Kill yourself before you get to the point where Larry King is introing you.
You're definitely so much cooler if you kill yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Cobain.
That's the one I was thinking
that's
of.
what it would have been. I mean, now the guy is an eternally young legend. You don't go through that. Ladies and gentlemen, playing his, guitar, Jimi Hendrix. This Schwarzer can play. Oi!
This is the track when he mispronounces all their names when he's starting the interview.
Oh, God. All right, listen to this.
We're going to take you backstage now at the Palladium in Los Angeles. They're about to go on stage. First time together in a number of years. There's the crowd outside. All the crowd knows is they're going to see a major group. And there they are, folks. Motley Crue is back tonight. There's Tommy Lee, the drummer and author of the New York Times bestseller Tommyland, Vince Neil, the vocalist, Mick Mars, the guitarist, and Nikki Sixx, the bassist. We'll start with Tommy Lee. All right, Tommy, how did this happen?
I have no idea, actually. No, I'm just kidding. Great. All the promoters were calling us and saying that all the fans wanted this, so we all got together and we pulled it together in true Motley Crue fashion. Like the fans want it, so let's do it.
Give it up to the fans. We made some new music. We did a new video, and we're going to go out on tour.
But Vince, you had a bad breakup. What's going to change now?
Well, we still hate each other, but we're tolerating. No, the good thing is me and Tommy found a common bond in Peter Grigio.
Yeah.
You're drunk, so I get it. And they told him to act all energetic. All right, Larry, you're doing this whole thing with Motley Crue, so they're high energy. You got to sound energetic. We're backstage. Fantastic. He could care less.
Larry has no idea there was tension between Tommy and Vince.
He doesn't know the backstory.
No clue.
When I used to rock to you guys, I heard a lot of stories. This is the first time he heard of these guys. A lot of problems.
During that interview, Tommy and Vince were standing nowhere near each other. One's on the far side of the screen, the other's on the other side of the screen.
Of course. They got back together for the money.
Of course they did.
At least admit it.
The Motley Crue.
There's a lot of money to be had. All right, we got another sex tape remix, Anthony.
Sex tape, Pat O'Brien.
This is the one by our own Nathaniel.
There's the whole thing where she can't hang up the phone. That's very funny.
That one's just wrong.
Yeah, it's just vicious.
Maybe they shouldn't have let her go, by the way. You see the guy waking up in, where was it, Buffalo? After 10 years? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Did you see the story?
I heard the fireman, right?
Yeah, the fireman?
I heard about it. I didn't read about it.
He was he was in one of these comas for like 10 years and all of a sudden just started talking out of nowhere or something like that?
Yeah, came
Nuts.
out of a coma.
Yeah.
Mr. Twister from Columbus saying, did he just introduce the Motley Crue back on the Garlic tour? Motley Crue sponsored by Garlic and Welch's grape juice. My friends.
Tim on Long Island. What's up, Tim?
I was going to say, Motley Crue was done when you had Tommy Lee on and then called him a pussy, and then he just hung up the phone all dejected.
Well, he said if you call me a pussy again, I'm going to hang up. Well, I wish... Did you ever get that audio there, Eric?
Ox got it.
All right, maybe we can play it a little later or something. You have to edit it. You have to edit it still, right?
No.
Yeah, all right. We'll get it on the air. Thank you, bro.
All right.
All right, we got another remix here, Anthony. This one was from Derek. Derek came up with this one. This is one of the better ones.
Derek?
So. Oh, yeah.
Saved message Sunday, 7:09 p.m.
Hey, it's me. I don't know what's wrong with me and why I'm like this, but I want to fucking go crazy with you. I'm so fucking into you. You're so fucking hot. I want to lick your pussy and make you come and suck your tits. I want to fucking make you fucking crazy. Look at me and say yes. Say yes or wait. I don't want you badly, I know you want me. Let's just fucking have fun. If you get this message, just go in the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye. I want to suck your pussy, fuck dirty you, feed off your face, higher under. So fucking hot. You're fucking hot. I want to fuck you. I want to fucking go crazy with you. Go crazy with you. I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
You have no more messages.
Very nice.
That was really good. I think we got two more we want to play. We have tons of them, but I know we got to move on. We got Pat and Wheelchair Fred.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people requesting that one.
They are requesting that one?
Yep.
I never heard that one.
You haven't heard this one?
No.
This one's great. And then we'll end with my favorite, and I think Ant's favorite.
Which one?
I'll just point to it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yep. That is absolutely my favorite.
All right, here's Pat O'Brien with Wheelchair Fred.
You rang? Yeah.
I want you badly, I know you want me.
I've got them to lose.
Let's just fucking have fun. I'm so fucking fucking hot. And I don't do this for a living, it's like new to me.
Yeah.
But I want to fucking make you crazy.
You got it.
Go in the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom.
Let's do it.
Yeah, on my way.
I want to fucking make you come so much.
Here's the bathtub. I've got my rubber magic tongue.
I want to fucking feed off your face.
It's all looped up.
You're so fucking hot.
Well, we got it up my butt now. I'm working it in and out.
I want you badly, I know you want me.
Yeah, I'm picking up speed nice and fast.
I don't want you to suck my cock. I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Do me. Say,
I want to fucking go crazy with you.
yeah. I'm marvelous. Alright, go wash my ass. Adios. Bye-bye.
That's great. That's pretty good, right?
It's his imagination that was a little.
What?
Wow.
Wow. I have no idea what he said on that one.
Usually pretty good.
All right, here's this is definitely my favorite, Anthony's favorite. Have you heard this one, Jimmy?
I don't know.
All right, listen to this one. The old phone.
I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Who's this?
I'm so fucking into you.
Pat?
You're so fucking hot.
Thanks.
I want to fuck you.
You're kid. Oh my God.
I want you badly, and then you want me.
Oh no.
I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits.
Where?
Go to the bathroom and leave me a voicemail.
Oh my God. I don't believe it.
Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs, fuck, eat, go crazy. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was great.
Where?
Where?
You're kidding. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
That is very funny.
You know, the Today Show is trying to figure out why Good Morning America is hot on their heels in the ratings, Anthony.
Yeah.
God, just look at today's show, and you can figure it out.
They have a tussleable little kid on.
No, that's why they're losing to Good Morning America. They're broadcasting in front of the stupid large hamburger.
Well, Opie, this is a huge story today in the news. I saw Fox News did a story on it, and now Good Morning America. It's the huge hamburger. Is it 15 pounds?
It's a 15-pound hamburger.
It's a 15-pound hamburger that you could get at this restaurant.
I bet you're going to need a lot of ketchup for that hamburger.
And you might want to skip the fries.
Oh, I'm sure they're just making all kinds of jokes about how, you got to watch your weight with this one.
Yeah. I'm practicing my mouth muscles so I can open my mouth wide enough to get that fine bite.
Hey, Katie, imagine this one going through your husband's colon. Oops.
Man, when you start broadcasting in front of large food items, your career's done.
You're finished.
I know,
broadcasting
Ben.
next to a giant
Trust
food
me,
item.
that's where this is leading to. We understand, Ben.
We
Ben remembers
against
Roger. Yeah, your pals Opie and Anthony. We had a promotional guy that suggested that we broadcast in front of the world's largest Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
He thought it was a great idea for the Opie and Anthony program.
We were new at the station. We were looking for some kind of promotion, some way to get our names out there, and we wanted the promotion staff to help us out. Of course, they had no clue.
I just want to hear what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Denny's, the regular Denny's.
So, Mom, I'll see you Sunday.
Be warm.
That's right. Also, we're going to be talking about backyard patio furniture coming up.
Wow. Large
Oh, my
hamburgers
God.
and backyard
patio furniture.
That's why Diane Sawyer's kicking your ass.
Wow.
God, get rid of these tools.
See you Sunday, Mom.
I'm sure Al Roker made a comment about how, he used to be fat and probably was like, I used to have 2 of those.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing with my old lunch? And they say, shut up, it ain't barbecue chicken, motherfucker.
Yeah, so we were.
Anyway,
we were trying to make a name for ourselves and stuff. We were new in New York City, and we figured we needed some promotion.
Yeah.
So we let the promotion staff know that we want to do something, thinking they might have understood what we meant by that. Some kind of guerrilla warfare thing out in the streets, guerrilla promotion, something to get us out there and really get some press by stuff we did, not hokey radio stuff. Well, this guy Roger, who was another great hire by our PD at the time, Gary Wall.
Who stole all the stuff off the walls of this legendary rock station.
Yeah. Roger.
Lithograph signed by the entire, all the band members of Zeppelin, sorry.
You're even forgetting the best when they mailed satellite dishes to themselves.
Yeah.
They won their own contest.
Yeah, we had gotten these satellite dishes. One of the sponsors had given us a bunch of them to give away. Prizes. A good way to get people to listen in. They give away these satellite dishes. Well, they were mailing them to themselves.
And they got caught.
And they got nailed, yeah. And Roger would go through. There was a legendary W&W, was a legendary rock station in New York, and there was just about what was amounted to a vault where they kept these records and rare recordings and stuff. And Roger went through there like it was Tower Records, just picking what he wanted.
He did that too?
Yeah.
Oh, he did everything. There would be the best. We'd have like gift certificates to give away for free lunches. He'd be like, guess what? We're supposed to give these away on the air, but I'm taking the staff out to lunch.
We're going to lunch today.
He stole more stuff from that radio station. And then the best was, when he stole all that stuff, he had Eddie, the retarded kid, take all the stuff down to the garage before everyone got in.
Yeah, he'd take the hand truck down. I got to take this down there for Roger.
That station really was a piece of work.
We loved Eddie, but he was a little slow. He was like...
A little slow.
It could have been Rosie O'Donnell's brother in that movie that was on the other night.
You know what? They gave him the job of taking the garbage out. Right. This was his job. Take the garbage out.
Dude, you know he can't trash Eddie.
I'm not trashing him.
All
I'm
right.
just kind of telling him, wait, you think he could work an XM radio? I wouldn't worry about it. He's not hearing this.
Good point.
His job was to go around with a big trash can on wheels and go to everybody's office, grab their waste paper basket, and throw it away.
Ben, shut up.
And then wheel that to the freight elevator and take it downstairs. That was his job.
I'm sorry. Ben's laugh is so contagious. I'm sorry.
Because there's so many good stories here with Eddie.
Somehow, that translated into taking the mail.
Wait, can you got to slow down slightly. I know you know how to tell a good story.
Yeah.
But you forgot to mention that, he had two jobs, the mail and the garbage. And I know you're going to get to the mail, which is really funny and whatever. But getting back to the garbage, remember how many times he would check everyone's garbage bills?
It was 5 times a day.
Minimum.
At a minimum, 5 times a day.
He would come in, you would throw one wad of paper in your wastebasket, and
he'd come up and dump it out. Right. Like one little piece of paper would go flittering into his big garbage pail.
Sorry.
I got to empty the garbage. You know, garbage don't stop for everybody. No, like he'd come in and try to give you a little quip to get a conversation started. You know, there's always garbage. Whenever you give somebody who's a little mentally challenged a job, they will talk about it to you like it is the most important thing in the world.
It's very important to them, Anthony.
Very important. You know, the garbage don't stop. Every day is always garbage.
I remember once he was going on vacation, and he was very worried that no one would take care of the garbage.
Yeah.
That it was going to pile up.
Like it's going to pile up and Viacom is going to go under.
Who's going to take care of the garbage?
I'm essential to the Viacom effort.
He's still there, probably.
He's still there.
He lasted a lot longer than we did.
Of course he is.
So go ahead, Anthony.
So that was his job. I don't know how that translated into giving him the job of delivering the mail. First of all, Carol Miller, legendary rock jock, she was trying to teach him to read before she was fired. I guess she didn't teach him that much because he couldn't read.
Dude,
couldn't read, delivering the mail.
Can I back up again? I'm sorry.
Sure.
This is how stupid this company was. You know, Carol Miller is being paid to do the radio thing, and she's spending her time at the office attempting to teach this kid how to read.
Dude, the guy's 50 years old.
He's probably 45 or so, And it's like, well, if you're so concerned with Eddie and you want him to, maybe read, why don't you do it, at home?
On your own time?
On your own time, basically.
This is our time. So he couldn't read, but he's delivering the mail.
It's that fake caring crap that I hate. You don't really care. You want to look good for everybody else looking in on it. Stop. Go ahead.
So you'd go up to your mailbox. It was like a bunch of little cubby holes in the wall that had everyone's mail in it. Had your little name tag on it. And you'd grab your mail out of it and look through it, and every name that worked at Viacom was in your mailbox except for yours. And you'd look around, and remember our checks would be in there, paychecks, and I'd pull it out and go, oh, Earl Douglas. Great, I have Earl's paycheck, and it's not going to be that much because he's a black guy.
You can barely get lunch on his paycheck, and Earl somewhere is buying a brand new BMW with your paycheck.
So he would just walk around and he would just take 4 envelopes and shove them in one of the holes, take 3 of another, shove them in another hole, not paying attention. And then every so often he'd come in the office, point at something, and go, who this? And he'd point at the name. And if he did that to Ben, say it said Earl Douglas on it, Ben would go, oh, yeah, that's Don Geronimo. And still he couldn't read anyone's name tag, so he would just shove it in. And we used to explode. But we didn't want to. we didn't want to get Eddie in trouble or make him feel bad.
Not at
so
all.
we could never say it on the air.
Well, the other thing is, you were going through a lot of heavy personal shit.
Oh,
and,
my God.
And you had a lot of...
I had no address. My ex-wife was living at my place in Huntington, so my mailing address was 888 7th Avenue. It was the NEW building. That was my mailing address where I got bills and legal things and stuff for my divorce and everything. So all of a sudden, my cell phone gets turned off. And I'm like, where is my... And then I'm thinking, oh, my God, I haven't gotten a phone bill in months. And I look, and apparently Eddie was throwing them away. Because occasionally he would just throw the mail away. Garbage. Look like garbage. 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 You know, garbage never stops, guys. Garbage never stops. And he would throw them away. And then... we would get these big packages. Once there were mic flags. Yeah. Then we got a big delivery of mic flags, those little cubes with the company logo, the station logo that goes on your microphones. And we were wondering why it was taking so long to get these things. We were doing a lot of press at the time. A lot of TV stations would come in and tape us, and there was nothing identifying what station we were on the microphones. So we ordered a bunch of mic flags, and every so often we'd be like, where are the mic flags? We never got them. It turns out Eddie had received the box and put it in a storage closet without telling anybody. Just opened up the big, and it was a mechanical closet where the air conditioning units are and stuff, the big blower furnace units and everything, and just threw the box in there. And then the time with the television.
The TVs. It was like 30 TVs.
30 TVs were coming upstairs.
Oh, yeah. This
another prize thing. There were prizes or TVs that were going to be used for 1010 Wins, the sister station upstairs. So they came with to the freight elevator downstairs, and Eddie's in charge of bringing them up. So wasn't it one of the homeboys?
Yeah, it was the homeboys, and it was the guys in the garage.
And the guys in the garage, one of the homies went, "Hey, Eddie, can I have one of those TVs?" "Oh, sure, okay. Okay, no problem, guys."
8 TVs missing.
8 TVs missing. They came in and just ravaged this retard's television delivery. It's like, Eddie, where are the TVs? "Oh, a couple of guys downstairs took some." No, you idiot.
So getting back to Roger. That's the setup. Roger started using Eddie to get some of this stuff out of the building.
Yeah.
Knowing that he wouldn't make a good witness.
So Eddie's, Eddie can't testify. So Eddie's there with a hand truck just wheeling merchandise down the freight elevator to Roger's truck. Loading up the back. Because he would leave. His truck was almost doing a wheelie every night. And it's just weighted down with equipment.
The halls of NEW back in the day looked like almost better than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
the
yeah.
stuff they had on the walls. And
just gone. Gold records,
and when everyone knew that the place was a piece of crap, they just started stealing everything from the walls. It was
gone.
It was a shame. There's a Nirvana thing that I wanted so bad.
Oh, I have that on my wall.
I'm sure he does.
But a kawinky-dink.
It was signed by the whole band. It's like a gold record. It's got to be worth a bloody fortune, and that disappeared. And I was I'm such an idiot.
Why don't you get a hold of him and try to buy it from him?
I should have taken it. I should have just taken it.
He left to open up a books on tape store that I'm sure just was so successful.
It didn't even last a year.
Didn't last a year. Books on tape.
But he's the guy that came up with such promotions as get a limo and have Anthony and I in the limo with a happy couple. A couple would get married in the limo on the way down to Atlantic City. That was one of his great ideas.
And we will be like part of the wedding ceremony.
No, we didn't do that one.
No, that was another one. We just looked at him like, what? And then the Super Bowl one that we did.
We did do the Super Bowl party.
Look at this shit we used to have to do. The Super Bowl party.
Ooh.
There was a contest.
Can I set this up really fast, too?
Yeah.
We were humbled very early on in our W&W years because we came from Boston where we were just like huge. I mean, I got to tell you, we were huge. We put out this stupid CD, Demented World, and we did CD signings that lasted all day at malls.
Doing very well.
It was unbelievable. And then we fucked up and did the mayor's prank, and we got fired, and NEW hires us, and no one really knows us in New York radio. You know, a few people from the Long Island days, but not really much of a fan base. So we had to, obviously, like Anthony said earlier, we had to build up our names again.
Yeah.
So they get this great idea that we should, not even broadcast. We should just hang out at a Super Bowl party.
This was, you win a contest somehow. I don't know what the contest was, but you win a big screen television set and Opie and Anthony at your house for your Super Bowl party that NEW will take care of as far as, like, I don't know, a hero. You get a big 6-foot hero and a big screen TV and us two asses at your house.
And soda and beer.
Yep. So we show up at this house. It's me and Opie and a bunch of people at a Super Bowl party who we don't know and don't know us. Because you got to figure, the guy that was listening that won the contest,
he was really excited.
He was excited. He knew who we were. He was a fan, but it's also the TV. It's a good prize.
Sure.
He knows us, knows the show.
Great party, basically.
But everybody that he invited to his party, they have no clue who we are. So what it amounted to for us was, imagine Super Bowl Sunday, going with one of your friends, knocking on a random door and going, "Hi, just want to hang out at your Super Bowl party." And sitting there and watching TV and trying not to seem out of place.
Did you feel like a tool?
Oh, like you won't believe.
Tool ain't even the word.
Jimmy,
a dick.
No one cared. And then we're trying to explain. We started the party by trying to explain what we do and stuff.
And then, you got to try some of Aunt Janie's meatballs. Here they are. And, like, these people that, because everyone's family, a lot of people like to think they're unique. Everyone's the same.
Yeah, we learned that lesson that day.
Everyone's family is the same. They're just different names and different faces, but it's the same situation.
It's the same characters, but you might be missing one or two. But in general, it's
couple
the same
over a melt
thing.
Together of one character and another is just one of their family members. But generally, it's the same. You got the uncle that's a little off. You got the aunt that's loudmouth. You got this. That. So we're standing there.
You got the aunt that thinks she's still hot and sexy, and and she's a little older, but she's still a little outrageous.
So we're standing there like.
Then you got the guy, the young kid with his really, really hot girlfriend that he doesn't appreciate because he has no idea.
He's 17.
He's 17 and he's dating a 10 and he looks like he's bothered by that.
Bothered because he just wants to watch the game. And
fast forward and that guy will be 30, wishing that he had something like that. I see that all the time, and that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
These guys that don't appreciate the pieces of asses they're walking around with. They have no clue. They just assume their whole lives they're going to be going out with 10s. Enjoy it now, fellas. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
And so we're just standing around here, uncomfortable, not knowing anybody. And I remember I ate some of those Swedish meatball things.
Yeah, from Aunt Joan,
whatever it was, an hour later,
right?
I was like, I got to get out of here. I have to get out of here. I was supposed to go over my mom's house for a Super Bowl party they were having. I was hoping to leave before the fourth quarter was over. So I left, and I was like, I had to call my mother up. I'm like, Mom, I can't make it. Oh, what's the matter? I got to get home to a toilet. I went to this Super Bowl party for a stupid prize for a listener, and I ate something that liquefied my intestines. And there it was. Ow. Ow. Just in utter pain.
Yeah.
And that was a great promotion we had to deal with.
Well, should have left an upper decker in the Super Bowl party.
Dude, believe me, I had to go there, and that would have been great. We come to your house. We come to your house for a prize, and Anthony just destroys your bathroom with liquid feces.
A few other things about this. The guy that was excited that we were there, it was his house. He set up a camcorder.
Yeah.
To watch us watching the Super Bowl. So there's a video out there that's priceless.
Yeah, there's a video somewhere.
If that guy is still listening, he's got a piece of gold, because it's just Anthony and I on the couch, miserable. No one is even sitting on the couch with us. We're not talking to each other. We're watching the game, and there's a stupid camera that is just that is focused on us the entire time.
I remember you at one point. I was out back where they had set up some kind of a tent off of the house. So you walk out the side door, and you were under a blue tarp tent.
Oh my God!
And there was a cooler full of beer. And that's where I was. I was there the whole time. And Ope had to come up to me at one point and just say, Aunt, don't you think we should go inside, maybe just say hi to these people? Because I'm out there alone by the cooler drinking their beer. Just standing there alone. It's like, Aunt, why? You want to come inside? I'm like,
I got to tell you, you went home to have explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
I swear to you, after I left the party, we snuck out, I remember, and no one cared.
We left before the game was over. No one cared. No one noticed.
And then
Wait, they weren't all fans? They weren't all happy you were there?
Oh,
dude.
One guy.
I'm not kidding. One guy, and then a couple of people went, you're on Q104.
They had no
we're
clue.
not on they didn't.
No clue.
Dude, I spent the next 2 hours just driving around Long Island. I never told you that. I was so depressed. I'm like, what happened
Isn't
to us?
this great? Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to us?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Because we were already on the radio about 6 months at that point, I think.
Oh, I had, like, vivid recollections of being on stage at the Worcester Centrum and having an arena full of people going,
screaming,
O-N-A, and there I am sitting at a Super Bowl party where no one knows you, trying to just drink it away under a blue tarp out on Long Island.
Yeah, this is Anthony, this is Anthony outside near the cooler talking to his fans. That was about it.
And don't you think we should? No, Opie. No.
I drove around Long Island. I remember going all the way up to my my grandma's old beach house on the beach in Wading River, and it's winter. And walking the beach a little bit.
Oh, walking the beach in the winter is probably the most depressing thing you can do anyway.
I was just like,
it's gray and
cold. I was
Oh.
like, you got to be kidding me. What happened? What happened to
What
us?
happened? Where?
And then all of a sudden the whole thing turned drastically around.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of our tenure there because no one knew who we were. We had just gotten there. We had very few fans. So yeah, it was depressing. Obviously, things really turned around when we decided to not listen to the program director or the promotions guy and ever do anything promotion-wise like that again. He approached us, this is the whole Roger thing also, approached us with this great idea. He was so excited. He used to come into our office with this beaming smile like, guys, I got something. And he must have played it out in his head, the whole scenario of him telling us and us going, Roger, holy shit, guys, let's get on this. This is brilliant. Thank you, Roger. He played it out in his head where we must have reacted like that because he comes in and he's like, guys, at Madison Square Garden, there is on display, as we speak, the world's largest Pop-Tart. And we're like, yeah, because we have no idea where he's going.
Yeah.
We could not possibly fathom where he was going.
Right.
That he would approach us with something like that.
Of course, immediately we're thinking, whoa, we could have a lesbian sex orgy on the top
Hey,
of the
there you go.
Pop-Tart. Right.
I'm thinking, the most I'm thinking is, all right, we'll get the details of the story and make fun of it. You know, something like that.
Have somebody put a wow sticker on it and kick a hole through it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get big heat lamps and burn the thing.
Burn it. Have Opie get mad at an intern.
Send Big Kev over there with a bib.
Yeah, there's plenty of things you could do. But Roger comes in and goes, there's a giant Pop-Tart, and I've set it up with the people running the event for you guys to broadcast right next to the giant Pop-Tart. Yeah. That's what you heard.
Exactly.
Utter silence. We were sitting there going, he's got... And then I thought he was joking. I'm like, this has to be a joke.
That was the day we turned our backs on Roger. This
Yeah.
is what happens with Anthony and I and Jimmy now in our careers. We give everyone around us a chance. We really do.
Let her rip. Let your ideas rip.
And then all of a sudden, it's something like the giant Pop-Tart, and then we will never acknowledge you again. Oh, we'll
Never.
say hi to you, make believe we're on the same level, but you're useless to us.
You're dead.
And there's
He
a
was
whole
dead.
list of people that happened to over the years. A whole list.
So
A few people here at XM. They know their names.
And it was that day because we went
They
into
know.
the studio that day
Yeah.
and ripped him apart for that.
Oh, yeah.
Ripped him apart for it. We didn't even rip him apart in the office. It was like, yeah, giant Pop-Tart, huh? Well, we'll get back to you on that one, Roger. We went on the air that day and just were like, this guy, Roger, our promotion guy, has to be the biggest idiot working here. What could we possibly do broadcasting next to a giant Pop-Tart? Like, he must have played it out, though. That we would be there and go, well, Opie, here we are, live, Madison Square Garden. It's the giant Pop-Tart. You know, like, what? How does that play out?
I don't know.
How do you do a show next to a giant Pop-Tart?
Unless you sit Mabel King next to it and ask how many bites you think you took of this before your legs wound up atrophying.
Right. Get Pat from Unaki and watch all the other 9 just topple off making xylophone sounds as they hit the floor. Bing, ding, 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 ding.
Well,
half done.
Oh, so they're all broadcasting in front of the largest hamburger today.
Yeah, the largest hamburger. That's what shows are doing now today. I saw Fox was doing it
with all the wacky little lines.
The producer probably came running up to the Today Show guys and were like, "Yeah,
you better
guys, giant burger."
Yeah, let's change this to another morning show because I'm sure the next morning show gets the hamburger.
Giant burger.
So they could riff on the hamburger and come up with cute, wacky lines.
And then we had the bumper sticker thing with Roger. Quickly, we wanted the wow stickers. We wanted wow stickers. Very important to the Opie and Anthony show, the wow sticker. Highly visible. That color of the wow against the black background is very important. You don't really think about it, but if you notice, those wow stickers, you see them from so far away down the road. And there's a reason for that. The color contrast between the, I guess you'd call it a shade of yellow.
It's like
bright yellow, yeah.
It's like a gold yellow.
Gold yellow kind of color
thing.
against the black background.
Yeah.
Very important. So we had gone over this again and again and again and again with Roger and Gary Wall. And we need this. We need this logo. We need him to be this big. We need this color exactly. Go run with it. Well, we get the delivery of the stickers. Feeling excited. The box comes in. We open up the box. And here are what amounted to color forms. They were the window clings. They're these clear plastic with like an orange-red wow against no background, like a clear type color form cellophane background.
Thousands upon
Thousands of these things.
Boxes being piled up around us. Some big delivery to our office.
Me and Opie are like, what?
We have some of the window clings?
Really? Wow. Me and Opie are like, what
you know how valuable those are?
What the what? Where are the stickers we designed? Where are they? And Roger, again, big smile, pride, beaming with pride, goes, "These are window clings." and we're like, "What? Window cling? What? Why a window cling?" He goes, "Well, stickers. A lot of people don't want to put stickers on their cars, so they'll put them in the back windows." And we're like, "What? First of all, the color's completely wrong. Second of all, stickers are stickers. They're meant to be stuck not only on cars, but on signposts, on walls, anywhere you can stick them.
On Howard's limos.
Where do you put a window cling on a truck, you asshole? Where do you put a window cling on a tractor trailer? Where does a window cling go on cars that are built after 1990 that every back window is tinted? Where do you put it? You stupid son of a bitch. They're window clings with that proud... He was so proud of himself that he, on his own, went in this direction.
And he was hired because his father-in-law was a bigwig at Viacom. That was the only reason, right?
Yeah, well, the other thing was, remember, Gary was like, this guy could come in and get you guys 10 Mercedes in one day if you needed it. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That whole speech?
Right.
That was also the day Gary's daughter was there. So I think
Guys, you need like 5 Humvees. You go to Roger. He'll get them for you that day. This guy couldn't come up with shit.
Is he still in the business?
He's well, now he's back. Well, his audiobooks business failed miserably. He's selling time over at CBS. FM.
Over at CBS?
Yeah.
Sales at CBS.
Yeah.
Godspeed. And Gary Wall's daughter. Holy shit. What a distraction this girl was whenever she came in.
Yeah, this was our old PD, too, that we nicknamed the Ice Cream Man because he would disappear for... well, I guess we could say it now. We're convinced he was disappearing for Yankee Crankies and ice cream.
Yeah. He'd come back licking an ice cream cone. The station could be in complete turmoil.
It was.
Yeah, and many times. It was. And we're in arguments. We're having fights with the other people. It was just pandemonium. He'd come walking in, and we're looking for him to solve this problem. He comes walking in, opens the door, licking an ice cream cone, smiling, going, "Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on today?"
What's going on today? Well, Mr. Ice Cream.
So he had these 2 kids.
The other one you used to babysit for. He'd stick his son in the studio.
Anthony and I have been babysitting kids during our radio show for years. Stupid Bruce Mittman up there at AAF.
I'm going to leave my son and my, I think it's a girl, my daughter, in here.
His daughter looked like him with a wig.
It was Brucey Mittman with a wig.
It was awful.
And little buds.
The little
buds
with that Jewish nose of theirs.
Yeah,
it was just awful. And for some reason, he would just plunk the kids down in the.
Boys, I have a meeting to go to. I'm going to leave my children here in the studio. Okay, we'll just do some effing in the A humor.
Right.
Unbelievable. They used to dump them off, and Gary did the same thing. Now Gary's son, I really don't recall him at all.
He was. He got what they call the short end of the stick.
The short end of the stick?
As far as the combination of the DNA goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was a shy little kid.
Yeah. He was
lanky kid, right?
He was he was short and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he was just, like pretty much the same age as his sister, more or less, within a year or two, and the sister was.
The sister was no. I'm just gonna.
She was a 15.
I'm gonna be blatant with you. She had to be 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
But one of these stunning model-looking 14-year-olds.
Well,
you know the ones they have like in Europe, that model?
Hold on a minute.
Do that? Ridiculous.
You're not saying anything too crazy here, because you go to any newsstand and all those hot girls on those magazines, they're all underage, most of them.
I know, a lot of the models.
And she was one of these girls that could easily been on the cover of magazines, and she had to be, what, 5'9", 5'10", 14 years old.
And completely distracting. Could not do a show.
Tiny little skirts and everything, just prancing around the hall.
Really? But you can't look. Like, if a chick walks in during the show and she's hot, you'll just look and go, nice tits, or whatever animalistic thing we'll say. It's fine. But she's sitting there. You can't even look at her. Never mind say something. You're not going to sit there and gawk. So you're trying to do the show and trying not to look.
So you lean over and you go, hey, how's school?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
That works well.
Legitimate?
No, because you can't even. Why bother talking? You're the old guy. You're not gonna go to jail by trying to pick her up.
There were crazy things going on too. She would run and jump on Daddy's lap, and ask Daddy if he got her the Britney Spears tickets. I think it was Britney Spears, right?
And Hanson. She was into all those bands.
It might have been Hanson, because
and she would wear the littlest skirts and belly shirts, and you're just like, this is you got to get her out of here. This isn't working for the program.
I wanted to arrest
14.
I wanted to arrest myself for the thoughts I had.
Tell me a couple.
It was you start thinking like, this is nuts. This is insane.
Well, here's something. She's what?
Crazy.
19, 20?
Oh, she's got to be. That was a long time ago.
That would be 19 or 20 right now. There you go.
Anyway,
the old days.
Yeah,
the old days. Jesus Christ.
That station was just a clusterfuck.
What an uphill battle that was, just battling with incompetence over there.
And then we finally just said, you know what? Let's blow this up. Let's get the hell out of here.
I had it.
Check, please.
Sex in the church. We're done.
See you later. We're taking a couple of years off.
Had it with this place.
All right, a couple things, Anthony. We got the Katie Holmes pictures up on opieandanthony.com.
I saw them up on Whackbag, and there are more pictures than just were in the newspaper.
I'm sorry. Should we credit Whackbag? Whackbag.com. Okay.
You got them up right there?
Yeah, I mean, she's got the worst swamp mouth.
There's quite a few. You could tell the photographer was following her around as she's walking. And she's pretty cool about it. She's got a smile on. She doesn't look annoyed with the photographer.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah, that's some bad...
Where are the other ones?
That's some bad herpy cold sore action, it looks to me.
See, she seems pretty nice about the whole thing.
And like we said earlier, you know, that's what you get for making out with a guy that's used to eating ass. So I still think that's a great line, man. So the pictures are up there.
Oh, that's awful.
Do you think maybe they're just making out all the time and kind of just screwed up her mouth?
No.
Maybe she's got sensitive mouth like that?
The bottom is a cold sore.
The top looks like 3 teeny little pimples with red all around
them.
Well,
that could be from a lot of making out they're doing.
All right, that could be.
Maybe Tom Cruise is using some kind of lip balm. They're making out a lot, and it's annoying her skin up there.
Now,
guys, let's see what a twat looks like.
No, I mean, I had the curse of the swamp mouth.
Yeah, you know that's.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a while. I'm doing much better with it, but yeah, that's some cold sore action.
Yeah,
all over the place.
Wow,
in my opinion. Also, we have the Sex O'Brien scorecard. It's called on opieandanthony.com.
Sex O'Brien?
Did I say Sex O'Brien?
Sex O'Brien, yeah.
Sex O'Brien. Might as well.
Oh,
be.
wow. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Pat O'Brien sex tapes. The Pat O'Brien sexual harassment scorecard.
What does it say? Also, I see Pat O'Brien there. He's got a little voice bubble over his head and says, Also, be sure to visit Lil Jimmy Norton at eatabullet.com. Who the hell added that?
That shows up at the very end.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Very
can
funny.
I see? I didn't see any of this. I've been away too much.
And Pat's pickup lines that they keep track of on this scorecard is, I want to go crazy with you, you're so fucking hot, I want to eat you, I want you... Well, it goes on and on. All right.
I'd like to say hi to Lil Jimmy Norton, who I was playing poker with last night.
Okay.
At party poker. All of a sudden pops in a room, Lil Jimmy Norton.
Did anybody read the assault that the pests began on Rosie's blog or whatever?
The pests.
Oh, they can't curse. We talked about this yesterday. They can't curse, but it's just the names.
It's the best.
You could do the inside jokes and
Dude,
little references.
Gravy
Very
Leg
funny.
says and just
pests.
We have one more remix to play. Oh, Pat O'Brien sex tapes. Actually, it's a Jim Norton thing. That's very, very funny. Check this out as we go to break. Ooh. And he got here a half hour ago, but we haven't taken a break. Ben Bailey outside the studio.
He's just reading.
Right. We'll add him to the mix next, so stay there.
Saved message Sunday, 9:04 p.m.
You're so fucking hot. I have a big cock. I want you to suck it. I told Betsy. Betsy's so jealous. If you agree with this, when I see you, walk by me in the hallway. Don't punch me in the face. I want to get Betsy and then just pick up Jane Mansfield's head and eat it. If you're into this, just breathe while you're in the office. Oh, I just want to put white powder in an envelope and dump it in your face and fuck you while Betsy eats a hooker's ass. If you want to suck my cock, just look at me stupidly and kind of half smile.
You have no more messages.
Jane Mansfield's head.
Wait, we have one more?
I'm a pip.
Hold on. There's another one.
Saved message Sunday, 9:04 p.m.
I'm so attracted to you. If you want to suck a cock, I want you to dye your hair blonde and put on a flame shirt. I want to rub your pussy with a loofah sponge. I just want to spank you and put nipple clamps on you. I want to lick your pussy. We'll have a hooker come over and she'll want us to eat her pussy, but we won't want to. So she'll give back 50 and then leave the room. If you agree with this, when the phone rings, pick it up and say hello.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To erase this message, press 7. To erase this message.
There you have it. All right.
I don't like that kind of language. I have my young son in the car.
My young son in the car.
35 with a pistol.
Oh, my God. We've only taken one break so far on this show.
Ooh.
God, I love the satellite radio.
That's amazing, right?
Well, this is how it sounds when you're having fun. Unlike other talk show hosts that are just calling it in. Speaking of which, here's Howard Stern talking about XM Satellite Radio, Anthony.
Nice.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM Satellite Radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
How can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about WOW? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There's something new.
Well, and then...
There's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
What about going off on...
I
totally know that's you.
All right, okay, whatever. I got to go. Please, I don't really want to get into a discussion like this.
So delusional.
That is really funny.
See,
Someone found the clip.
Yeah, that's something we couldn't play on the old show because of the gag order that he placed on us.
How do you tie a bandana around your car? That's a great one. That's a big bandana.
What's the matter? My car has cancer.
People throwing frisbees to their cars, jumping, grab it.
Just showing your age, man. You can't even tie bandanas to antennas anymore.
It's all hippied out. You honk the horn, like beep, beep.
Dude.
Honk, dude.
He's so delusional.
Oh, man.
Just admit it.
I bandana
Wow is
on
such
the
an
car.
original idea. And
I invented everything. I've done it all. He even said, I've done it all. Wow.
Even the stuff that's going to be invented, I
I've
did
done it
already.
all. There's no
I
original
went into
ideas.
a time machine.
Everyone
and I already
just
did it.
killed himself.
Right.
I've done it all. I was the first one to do anything. Marconi ripped me off, Robin. Remember the what was that thing called? .. Morse code. It was Howard code earlier. The guy ripped me off. I invented SOS. Robin. What a complete jackass. He's the guy. Wow. Wow. He invented WOW. And it had nothing to do with Whip 'em Out Wednesday or WOW. It was tying a bandana around your car. Thank you, Howard.
And what were we supposed to do if you saw, like...
I don't know. He didn't really explain it very
Of course
well.
he's not going to explain.
If someone had a bandana tied around their car somehow, girls would get naked in the car? It wasn't even flash. Yeah, girls would get naked. They're driving, taking their clothes off, crashing into a butt, Mr. Robin. I invented traffic accidents.
A bandana around an antenna. That reminds me of something else I've heard. It's called the fucking flag. That's not exactly somebody's fucking invention.
I invented that, Robin. They say Betsy Ross did that. I sewed the stars on. Ooh, it was all me.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I honestly don't care.
I don't care. I invented the bandana with me.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Hello? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Why does the music sound so far away, Fred?
I know, that was a little weird.
It sounded that way the last
Nathaniel
comeback, too.
screwed up. I see he's in the captain's seat right there.
Yep.
Is this Ben Bailey's walk-on music? Let's go. Let's get Ben Bailey in here.
Yeah.
He showed up at 9 o'clock, and he's finally getting into the studio at 9:45.
Hi, sweetie.
Well, we went on like an hour and a half riff there.
Yeah.
We've only taken 2 breaks so far this morning.
We were yapping.
Just yapping and flapping.
Yapping.
I was talking to Ant off air, and just how nice it is to see Patrice on the cover of Steppin' Out.
I know.
That's a good visual.
I know.
He said that, and I
It's all
looked,
right.
and I didn't even laugh because I was like, oh, he is on.
Why is he wearing a diaper?
Black guy sumo wrestler guy.
I think he's lost some weight, actually.
Yeah.
He's down to about 580.
God, I don't even know where to
Black
go
man.
here now. We got so much going on.
Apparently Snoop Dogg is on Regis.
Oh, really?
Regis has more street cred than Snoop at this point. Yeah, Snoop just lost all of his street cred. I mean, the guy hasn't done anything. I think he's just trying to sugarcoat himself in everything he does to keep from getting shot. You know, because he was in that whole East Coast, West Coast battle that was going on. So now he doesn't do anything that's even remotely threatening to anybody anymore. Like, no one's going to go, man, he was on the Regis. We got to shoot this motherfucker. It's Regis.
What the hell is Regis going to have to say to
About
Snoop
one-
That's
anyway?
another thing.
Hey,
In the new horror film House
Snoop.
of Wax, say hello to Chad Michael Murray.
That sounds more like a guest.
You got Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray.
3 white names in a row.
Sounds like a guest we should have on our program.
Yes.
Here it is, a fine colored gentleman, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
This guy's like dipping back into the old days.
I remember when you people had your own water fountain. Stuff. How is that today? These days, you kids, you're able to drink from the same thing as us self-respecting white people. How is that, Snoop?
I wish I could do Snoop. And had something to say.
I think we missed this. I think
we might have missed the Snoop Dogg.
On the other TV, they're talking about American Idol. Well, they were.
Yeah.
What's
Big,
going on with Paula Abdul?
Big expose.
Yeah?
Big expose this evening.
Are you into the American Idol there, Ben?
No, can't stand it.
Good. I'm with you, actually. I watched the first 2 episodes when they were, trying everyone out, and I haven't been back since. But Anthony?
I keep tabs on it, sure.
Keep tabs?
I watched last night.
You make popcorn before the show
they
starts.
They do. Oh, yeah, we, cuddle up.
I don't hate it. I shouldn't say I can't stand it.
Yeah?
I can't stand reality TV in general. But
I
American
don't
Idol
like it
is
either.
Like,
This is more of a
okay, at least.
more of a competition thing than reality TV. They're not going into these people's lives and showing them interacting with each other or anything. It's pretty much a talent show.
And they're actually like the people that win are actually like getting recording deals
Yeah.
and becoming stars.
And,
so
and
there's
pretty
it's
much,
kind
I
of
guess,
legitimate.
the top 5 or 6, depending on how talented the whole group was, they all wind up getting pretty lucrative contracts with record companies and stuff. They put them out on tour. From what I hear, the contracts they have to sign are ridiculous.
Awful.
They sign their lives away to be stars. You know, the producers of American Idol are making all the money. These kids are just being pumped out there, and but they wanted to be famous. And I guess if you want to learn what getting a record deal is all about, that's a good way to get fucked in the ass for your first time, because most of them, even without going through American Idol, you usually get screwed anyway. But the big controversy here is the Paula Abdul, Corey Clark affair that ABC News is going to do a whole thing on tonight after American Idol.
Is American Idol on ABC?
It's on Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the big controversy. This is on ABC, and Fox has been sending their lawyers out trying to make them stop.
Really?
Trying to
break
keep
it
them
up.
from broadcasting this special.
Oh, who's Corey Clark?
This is Corey Clark. Was on
It's a
American
kid?
Idol. I think it was last season, maybe, or the season before. I'm not even sure.
Oh, he's not even this year?
No. Was thrown off because he didn't disclose some kind of criminal activity he had with assaulting his sister, so they threw him out of the competition.
That's what drew Paula Abdul to him.
Yeah. Punch me.
That he had beat up his sister.
If anybody looks like the type of chick that likes getting hit, or just picks up guys constantly that hit her and don't know why do I always choose these men?
He's got some big shoes to fill, this kid, after Emilio Estevez.
True, yeah. Wasn't he? Didn't he? There were rumors that he smacked her around a little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
Seems like the type.
They were sitting there at home relaxing, and a Charlie Sheen movie came on, and he just flipped out and started punching
his
her.
mind.
Platoon came on, and she's like, I love this.
Yeah, so now this Corey Clark guy is saying that Paula Abdul promised that she was going to make him a star and give him, I guess, favorable reviews after he does his performances.
She was
try to
coaching
sway
him.
the American public.
Supposedly she was coaching him during the show. And at night, some hanky-panky, if I may use such harsh language, was going on. These two were having sex, is what this Corey Clark is saying. And he's putting out a book.
Ugh.
And ABC is doing a whole story on it tonight, right after American Idol.
Where was he when this happened? This fucker. I really thought it was this year. I didn't realize this was a year or two ago. This faggot. He can't get a recording deal, or no one cares about him anymore. Fuck him. He really bugs me.
That's pretty much
making a book. Who's publishing his shit book, and who's going to read it? If you buy that book, then
I don't know. Usually when these books come out like this, there's a whole press thing around it where you get publicity through these news specials. But I don't know of anybody that actually buys the book. You hear about the book. No one reads the book.
I think Jimmy's onto something, though. He probably has a phone message, right, or something?
There's this phone message, though, that everybody's talking about.
So no one cares about him anymore, and he was probably looking through his American Idol box and realized, wait a minute, I got this phone message. Maybe I could exploit this and
Hi,
get a
Corey.
book or something.
It's Paula. I want to fuck you. Oh, God, you make me so hot. Me, you, Betsy. I want to lick your ass.
If you get this message, you want to play with my clip. Take 2 steps forward, I'll take 2 steps back. I almost tripped on that.
You know, they say opposites attract. And...
Wow.
But, there is a phone message. I don't know what it is. I guess they're going to play it tonight on ABC.
Yeah.
But another little weird twist that I noticed last night while watching American Idol, she didn't seem drugged out. Now, the whole season, Paula Abdul has been on something. She's denied it, but watching the show, you could just see. She slurs her words. Her eyes were half shut. Opie's having yogurt again. Can you tell people? Can you tell he's digging in to the last delicious drop?
You like yogurt, Doc?
There's yogurt? Yeah, great. She didn't seem quite as drugged out. As a matter of fact, she didn't seem drugged out at all. She seemed nervous to be on television, which she didn't the whole season. Now, last night, her eyes were real wide. She was shaking a little bit. Her voice sounded nervous, but she didn't sound like she was on drugs. I think Fox might have told her, look, there's going to be a lot of heat on you. Stay off the sauce.
Those fools. If there's any night that she really needed to be drunk, it's
I
probably
know.
one with all the
Last night,
pressure.
right before they're going to run this special.
She's got to be relaxed. Fuck that kid. He has a small dick anyway.
He came in 2 seconds.
His fucking hairdo is awful, too. Apparently she got him this expensive haircut, and it just stinks.
Yeah, she was coaching him, so maybe she told him how to dress.
She was
how to
drunk
do
when
his
she was
hair.
doing it.
Yeah, she was probably hammered. That's what got him thrown off the show.
What you're going to do is beat your sister
What is she
and let the press pick up no, even bad press is good press.
What's she going to coach him to do? Here's how you're famous for 1 year in the mid-'80s. Fucking one-hit pony bitch. Did she give, hold on a second. Apparently her road manager thinks she had more than one hit.
Oh.
What, Eric?
Eric?
Name me one more
She had
besides...
a bunch of hits.
Name me another one.
What were a bunch? She had Opposites Attract and what? No, Cold-Hearted Snake was not a hit.
What?
That was her try to be a hit.
Let's go to the master computer and get some Paula Abdul
What was
songs.
Cold-Hearted Snake?
It was
Exactly.
her try to comeback hit song. That wasn't a hit.
There's always that
It
second...
was like this sexy video. which
Play
just
Opposites
carried
Attract.
that.
That's the one everyone knows.
But there's always that second song that radio just goes with because the
Yeah.
first one was so huge.
First one was a huge hit. This song was a huge hit.
Wow. Brought that right up.
It's a master computer, baby.
Master computers will someday run the world.
Here's a little story and you're sure to like it.
Whatever happened to this guy that's rapping right now?
Yeah, where's he?
Was it the cartoon dog, I think, was rapping? Last video. Whatever happened to him?
Jesus, did you see her in concert? Fuck, this guy loves Paula Abdul.
Oh, look at him. He's tapping his foot.
You know, I'm looking at the list of songs, though. Straight Up was another huge
Oh,
hit for her.
well, okay.
Straight
All
Up?
right, I'll give you that, too. That was a huge
What's
monster.
Straight Up?
Straight Up sucked.
Put Straight Up on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You've
Forever
heard
Your
enough of this
Girl,
one.
okay, she had some hits,
boy.
Anthony. She was a hit maker.
Jesus. You remember this one?
Yeah, this was very popular.
Now
very
she's a
big hit.
drunk who sleeps with little kids.
And I respect them more now.
Propel their career. All right, I remember Straight Up. That was pretty big.
All right.
Was Arsenio in this video?
Well, Jimmy called Eric out on the Paula Abdul stuff.
And what was her ballad?
Oh, the one with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, well, give us another one
Keanu
that you think
Reeves.
was...
Where was the other?
Yeah, so far there's
hit?
2 hits, so she's a 2-hit
Forever Your Girl. Which one's this? This isn't a hit to me. This was her trying to... No.
Cold-Hearted, I don't remember this.
It wasn't big. It wasn't like the last two you just played. This was her attempt. This was when she went down the shitter.
Doesn't even sound
I remember
familiar.
the video. She was fat in it. And they had
now I recognize
they had to
it.
skinny her up or something with some kind of weird lens.
Oh, she had the big butt.
Yeah.
I remember
her
she had the
body
big
was
butt.
square.
He used a fisheye lens on
Yeah,
her
they used
to
some
slim her down.
wacky thing.
Also
They're like
known
a
as the-
carnival mirror.
Also known as the heart lens.
Yeah.
That, I
Lens
got to
they use
say,
for
though,
heart.
and believe me, this sickens
Wilson
me.
Phillips
Yeah.
lens.
This was a popular song. Cold Heart. Uh-oh. I remember the song on the radio. I didn't like it, but I
Not as
do
big as
remember
the
it.
other two hits.
No, but I think you could almost classify... I think she's right. You could almost classify this as a hit.
All right, we're up to 3.
We're up to 3?
Yeah, we're up to 3
I
already.
stand corrected.
Go ahead.
No, this is just one of your...
From Miami Vice? I know she did it.
If I don't know it from the opening, it's not a hit.
Did we do Forever Your Girl? That was a hit. I
God,
think.
did the 80s just suck ass.
I know.
With that weird keyboard crap.
This is not a hit, Eric.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a hit.
Let's go to
Liar.
Forever Your Girl.
That would be a miss.
We truly are
And this
a
is
bunch
like
of
Los Lobos
faggots.
or something. This
Los
is
Lobos. Mexican radio.
We're discussing Paula
Uh-oh.
Abdul songs. What's wrong with us?
Oh, she's in the news. It's a good move.
What is this?
Rush.
You didn't play this by accident. You actually probably lip-synced this.
He
your
has this at home.
Of course he does. It moves him.
On a 45. Plays it on his close and play.
He sits with his gal and he goes, listen to the words. Wait for this
Listen
part.
what it means, man.
This was a hit, too.
Huge hit.
This was
No.
a hit.
All right.
Well,
I was wrong.
I'm so annoyed she has more than one hit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eric. You are the bigger faggot.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me make Eric happy. I kneel corrected.
You sure made a valid point there, Eric.
You
You're
certainly
a faggot.
did.
You know your faggoty music.
You sure do.
We stand corrected.
Boy, if I ever want to fight, I'll just criticize the Culture Club. You'll come in swinging. His name is George O'Dowd, stupid.
Wow. That's a little odd, Jimmy.
George O'Dowd.
Boy
Yeah,
George's
I didn't
name,
know
you
his
knew
name.
it?
Who doesn't know it?
Me.
I thought he was a girl. I didn't know his name either.
Oh.
He's in the paper today, actually.
Boy George?
Why? What happened to
George
him?
O'Dowd or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, please, God, let him be in this one. No, oh, no, he's in. I think he's in Us. I was reading.
Forget Rock Hudson and fuck Liberace. Here comes Jimmy, you faggoty.
Oh, we know what that is.
Really, your acting has improved. You're sitting there pretending you didn't know those Paula Abdul songs. So you come out with Boy George's real name that he didn't even know.
Oh, I really am a fucking fairy.
I'm laughing that he confused Us Magazine with the New York Post. I know they're kind of similar
They really
at times,
are.
but jeez.
Oh, he's in here somewhere. There he is, right here. Boy
All right.
George versus Gavin Rosedale.
What possible battle could they be in?
Hopefully it's a T-cell one. But yeah, this is where they are. But it doesn't say
Gavin
his
is
name.
married to Gwen Stefani.
I like
no
it.
doubt. So he's not a fag.
Do you remember the day you took your girlfriend's truck to work and you were talking about Gwen Stefani blasting and they played it as you were talking? I fucking love that song now. I downloaded it from
Do
iTunes.
ya?
I'm a complete queer. Yeah.
What song is that?
It's thank you, sweetie. It's what the?
Come on, faggot.
What was that fag that just came in here and listed all those songs?
What is it? Guarantee he knows.
So what happened to the Culture Club guy?
Nothing. I just remember seeing.
What's
his
the
face
battle between him and Gavin? I'm
Ooh,
chomping at the bit.
sorry.
here.
I know.
I'm chomping at the cock here.
It's called a cliffhanger.
One plays with Bush and
Just
one
put the
plays with
tip in
cock.
and leave us here with our mouths open.
Hold on.
Damn it, that could have worked out.
Kind of good, Hope.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Ooh. Where'd it go?
I was reading the Post and talking about the debates about changing the structure of the World Trade Center, the new Freedom Tower. They totally over-sensationalize it. They're like discussion over World Trade Center explodes in a furor.
Oh,
so they actually have to put the words in World Trade Center explodes, in a sentence about a fucking conversation. It's like, come on, guys.
That's the Post, right?
Yeah. Quit using fucking, you know what I mean?
Sensationalist tools.
It's ridiculous. They're talking about a conversation between two politicians.
Yeah.
Exploded in a furor.
But can't a man just move a little bit?
This is the one you like?
You like this song?
Who doesn't?
Norton's bopping to this song.
Who doesn't bop to
I
it?
can't believe I'm surprised that you just got your carrot juice delivered.
That's right. I told you to get me coconut and throw it on my back.
What's their
beat? Awful.
That was horrendous.
I just like
That's awful.
that and Jenny from the Block are the two fucking. I know. I have no defense.
Jenny from the Block.
I have no defense.
Someone's sit at home and eat Haagen-Dazs.
Someone's got to write a song, Jimmy
Listen
from the
to those
Block.
two.
Oh,
can you imagine? The lyrics?
I'm still Jimmy sucking cock. I used to be so little now.
Big Mouth former pop star Boy George, 43, doesn't look it. Am I right or wrong? Won't let go of his claim that Bush singer Gavin Rosedale is hiding an 80s fling with drag queen Marilyn. Ugh, what is tattletale? This is George. When I was writing my memoir called Take It Like a Man...
Oh, God. No shit. His memoir is called Take It Like a Man.
You might as well have written that in disappearing ink.
Take It Like a Man. Bush were well on their way to rock stardom, and he appeared at my house to persuade me not to include him in Marilyn. Oh, Rossdale wrote in his new book. What?
Uh-oh, Jimmy.
Wow, you just fucked this
Kind of
whole
screwed
thing.
something up there, Jimmy. Didn't
Oh.
You didn't proofread, did you?
You didn't
No.
proofread. You didn't highlight.
No, they fucked up.
They did.
They did.
Yeah, by putting that in the fucking magazine.
Oh, wait. Rossdale wrote in his new book.
Who's Rossdale?
It is written in English.
Oh, that's
wrong.
the Bush guy.
Kind of
No, it's wrong.
Is it?
Big Mouth, former pop star Boy George, won't let go of his claim that Bush singer Gavin Rossdale is hiding an 80s fling with drag queen Marilyn.
We
Period.
get that part, okay.
When I was writing my memoir, Bush were well on their way to rock stardom, and he appeared at my house to persuade me not to include him in Marilyn, Rossdale wrote in his new book. What the fuck is that? So they're saying that Boy George is claiming something about Rossdale, but then Rossdale showed up at his house and said, please don't let me include this in my book?
That doesn't make any sense
That
at
does
all.
not make
It
any
certainly
sense.
doesn't.
I think those guys are all hooked on glycerine.
You are vindicated, Jimmy.
I don't think, and this is Rossdale wrote his new book, I don't think Marilyn has ever really gotten over Gavin. So apparently Gavin Rossdale is writing in the third person. Either he's a sociopath or Terry Schiavo typed this. I don't think Marilyn really get over Gavin. Rossdale reportedly said after the first book, George thinks everyone is gay, but who'd take... What's his take on the rumor's return? It's old news, his rep tells us. Yuck.
So you knew Boy George's real name before you read that. That's not even in there.
I know, you're right. It's not.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even realize. You just knew
How
his
long
name.
have you known that?
I don't know. I just learned it early on.
It was on the big poster he had on his wall.
Yeah. I mean, after I'll tumble for you have to read all you can. That was actually a good one. Carmen Chameleon?
Carmen Chameleon, yeah.
It's not Carmen Chameleon, it's Karma Chameleon.
I thought it was Carmen.
No.
I always thought he had a pet chameleon named Carmen.
I'd be proud that I didn't know that.
Little Spanish chameleon, just attacked and stole from the other reptiles.
Where in the world is Carmen
Go
Chameleon?
in the tunnel, Carmen. Go in the tunnel.
What's the matter?
I don't know. Ooh.
Here we go.
Whatever was wrong, it's right now.
Oh, you feel all bad. He was ready to get all mad at his carrot juice. And now he just smiled.
Something wrong with
makes
my
him
carrot
happy.
juice.
Eric, remember this. When Jimmy's getting ready to get really mad, we'll
just play this.
We'll break out Karma Chameleon.
And he'll start to dance and wiggle his head like that.
Make sure you fill us in that at the exact moment that load hit you in the face during this song. When's the money shot?
That moment already passed. It's right at the beginning.
That's wonderful.
Do you move real fast at this part coming up?
Here it comes.
Now you're bopping, when you're bopping back and
You
forth.
tickle the bag here, and then...
I like your tickling bag.
Tickle the bag.
Very good. Oh, God, the 80s sucked.
What? I hate... Ricky, what is in this? I asked him for like a fruit and vegetable juice, and it tastes like this fucking kid spiked my carrot juice with gasoline.
Oh, no.
It's not mixed up, is what.
Might be orange carrot or...
It's not mixed up. The carrot...
Is it a carrot apple ginger juice?
What is it?
Ricky, what happened?
What?
What did you ask him for?
Yeah. Didn't have vegetable?
They had...
hold on.
Oh, boy.
Hold on.
What did you ask for?
He asked for like a veggie drink.
Yes.
You asked for a veggie. You only had like carrot, and that was it. You wanted just like a mix. So instead, you told me instead
fruit?
of that, get fruit.
Okay,
So I got fruit.
okay. I thought this was carrot with something.
Yeah.
All right, good job, son.
So it tastes better now, Jim?
No, but Ricky has a habit of
blame,
making little mistakes,
Ricky.
and I don't want to yell at the... Rick.
No, poor bastard.
Oh,
He's a good boy.
This tastes terrible. Oh, it's just what you asked for. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
good. Oh,
It's delicious now.
now that I know what it is, it's great. Well, cake is tasty, but if you thought it was a steak...
Good point, Ed. Good point.
And once you know it's
boy.
cake, it once again is a tasty treat.
My steak is undercooked with gunk on one side of it. It's cake. Delicious.
Gunk. With gunk.
Hey, we got Jimmy Chamberlain outside.
Oh?
He used to play with the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh,
shit. And he was in the hotel room when that dude OD'd.
Really?
When Jonathan Melvoin OD'd.
What's he doing these days?
He's sitting out there.
I don't mean like
Not this particular
second.
day.
Yeah,
That's what he's been there all week. He's just been sitting outside.
He's just reading magazines. That's what he's up to, I guess.
Is he in a band?
Yeah, I guess he's started a new band called the Jimmy Chamberlain Complex.
What did he play? I'll ask him when he comes
in.
All right. Who wants to handle this one?
Let's bring Jimmy Chamberlain in.
And get my camera quickly.
Ben Bailey's going to do an exclusive interview with Jimmy Chamberlain.
Why does leave Ben there?
No, Ben stays there. What are you doing, Eric?
Stop, man. Stop moving the big man.
Hey,
no one
I handled Drew Curtis yesterday.
Jimmy Chamberlain. Jimmy!
Hey, there he is.
Oh, I
You doing,
remember
man?
you.
Good morning.
You do?
What's up? Sorta, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, buddy?
How are you, man?
What's up, man?
Well,
How's it going?
It's
Good.
Opie, it's Anthony, Jim Norton, and
Ben Bailey.
and the great
How you
Ben
doing,
Bailey.
man? What's going on?
The funniest man in America right here.
Yes. And Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Our resident music expert.
Eric, we were just talking about 80s music, and Eric's into Paula Abdul. So.
Oh, nice.
Paul Abdul fan. Big Paul Abdul fan, actually. We were under the impression she had one hit. And Eric
Can anybody name it?
That was the problem, man. He came up with 5 hits.
He had 5 hits that we said no, and then he played them, and we were like, yeah, okay, I do remember that one.
Yeah, I was label mate with Paula back in the early 90s.
Really?
And actually met
Did
her.
you have sex with her? And
I
she
did not.
Advanced your
She was
career
too
somehow?
short.
Really? Yeah, I hear she is pretty short.
Yeah,
Do you know Boy George's real name?
I don't, but I've met him,
See?
and he's extremely tall.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a giant.
And he would kick your ass.
He'd beat the
He's like
shit out
he's
of
like
you.
a
Wow.
boxer or something.
Wow.
Him and his brother
That'd
are
be
boxers
embarrassing.
or something.
Yeah, right.
That would really be embarrassing.
Dude, what happened?
Especially
Boy
if he
George
was
just
wearing
kicked
that-
my ass.
Yeah, right.
He was wearing that hat.
Now I'm going to go kill myself.
Hat and those locks and a
The
dress.
little dress thing.
He's wearing that
Just
toga,
kicking your
that
ass.
sheet that he wore for a decade.
With the makeup on.
That would suck.
Hair beads are going in your eyes. He's punching your lights out.
Picking your teeth up, he's raping you. His hat isn't even askew.
raping you.
He headbutts you and you have foundation mark on your head. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, nail polish marks where he punched you. That's awful.
That would be the worst.
Oh, God.
What's his real name again, Jim?
George O'Dowd.
Do you have any
Okay.
Paul Abdul stories?
I don't.
Considering you're a bandmate? Label mates there?
No, I don't.
Label mate.
I tried to come up with some, but I just don't have it.
Label mate means when you walked into the big offices, you just saw her picture up on the wall.
Yeah,
somewhere,
right, exactly.
That was
Right.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Label mates don't really know each other.
What was she big? Was it like 1990, 91? Was her like
somewhere around
right?
there?
Right. Okay.
No.
I think she
It was
started
before
out
that, wasn't it?
Earlier than
Was it
that.
before that? Talking
Yeah.
Eric?
7,
No,
probably.
88, 89.
No, she was responsible for grunge.
She started the whole thing.
Yeah, she started the whole thing.
She opened the door for Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
And don't forget Smashing
And-
Pumpkins. 'cause
yeah,
we got one of the
another-
guys that was kind of in that band and did quite well for himself.
I was a fan of Smashing Pumpkins, I have to say.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, really.
A lot of people back then. Opie, huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins. Back
Oh, yeah.
in the day.
Definitely. Do you talk about what
Flying
happened?
the flannel.
Huh?
Flying the
No,
flannel.
I never. Well, I guess I did the flannel like everyone else. I had one or two in the closet there. You'd have to wear. I don't know. It was like.
Yeah,
It was mandatory if you were living in the 90s there.
You know, we were from Chicago, so we didn't, people thought we were from Seattle, but we were from Chicago, so we were more like, blue jeans and combat boots. But
right.
We thought those flannel guys were a little,
Thank you.
Queer?
That's a lot, man.
They're fags.
Anything to get
Or
away
lumberjacks.
from... lumberjacks. Anything to get away from the, the glam thing that was going on before the whole grunge
Yeah,
thing
well, thank
would have
God.
been good. So
We'd all be sitting here with eyeshadow on right now.
Well, the flannel started
Norton
out.
is anyway.
It started out as a good idea, but then when it made the runway models, the runway models were,
you knew it was over.
Oh my God! And every store had to have their version of the grunge look.
The
and all
grunge
that.
look.
Yeah.
I went to the museum in Seattle, the music museum where they had the Hendrix display, and they had like rock stars outfits, and they had like Michael Jackson's like $1 million outfit with the glove, and like right next to that they had like a $10 JCPenney T-shirt that Kurt Cobain wore, like
Really?
hanging in this like airtight booth. It's pretty.
Yeah, not really known for their outrageous clothing in the 90s. The whole grunge thing doesn't play well for a hard rock cafe.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, when you see the flamboyant Michael Jackson Thriller outfit next to pair of ripped jeans.
Yeah. So do you talk about what happened in that hotel?
I don't.
You
I mean,
really
I
don't?
can.
That was the big story with you, man.
Yeah.
When what's his name? Johnny?
Jonathan Melvoin.
Melvoin OD'd in the hotel room that they were sharing, right?
We weren't sharing the room. We were at the time. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sad story.
Jeez. Oh shit.
Do you talk about it at all? Like, what can you say?
I mean, I don't talk about it on comedy shows.
No, we get.
Fair enough.
No, we get serious.
Yeah.
We won't make the joke.
I mean, to be completely candid, that was one of the worst days of my life.
Well, obviously,
And,
but were you guys like doing the drugs together?
We were.
Uncomfortable moment?
Yeah.
Well, it's not even uncomfortable. Like when Belushi, I know when Belushi died, there was like all this talk about the person he was with. They gave that. I think it was a woman. They gave her all kinds of shit. Like, wow.
She was from what? Toronto.
I thought it was Gene Wilder, actually.
Was it Gene Wilder? Oh, how dumb am I? I'm like, I'm such a pop culture idiot. Was there any? Cause I don't.
No, it was a girl from Toronto.
With Belushi.
Yeah.
But she got a lot of flack. You're partially responsible. If they give you any of that crap. Say because you were there that they wanted to tie you in with some kind of problems. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean there was a little bit of that, but I mean for the most part it was it was everybody really realized that both of us kind of had a problem back then, and grateful to say that that's all in my past right now.
Really?
Yeah.
No, and you guys were doing the same stuff that night, and he didn't make it, and you did. That's got to be...
Yeah, that was pretty much the worst part about it. I mean, at that moment, you know, I was certainly wishing that would have been me and not him.
Really?
Absolutely.
Survivor guilt, like in a weird way? Like you feel like you should have...
You know, I don't. Not really. I mean, I think I'm here for a reason, and I think I'm alive to make more music, and that's what I'm doing.
Right.
Wow. That's creepy. Wow. Was it a lot of drugs? I mean,
not really. I mean,
no?
I was pretty much a rank amateur at the time, so for me it was kind of in and out.
Really?
That was enough for me, you know.
And he just kept going? Is that what it comes down to?
I don't know, because I was.
Oh, you nodded out and he kept going?
And when I woke up, he was dead.
Was it heroin?
Oh, wow.
Was it heroin? Yeah.
So you know, I've already talked about this with Stern, you guys.
You did?
Yeah. So this is really passe.
We're ripping them off. Rapping.
Well, there's a lot of people that have never heard the story, so...
Yeah.
I
hadn't heard it.
I don't care.
I had forgotten that it happened.
You discuss it with him. I mean, we got our show here, so... That's nuts.
So fuck that guy.
I've never heard the complete story.
Yeah, it was you know, the worst part about it was, you know, CNN and all the other bullshit that went along with it. It was kind of, you know, and then getting fired from the band didn't help. And
Right.
I mean, it was just, you know, the worst thing a person could go through.
Oh yeah.
Well, what was going through your head when you woke up and you saw him?
Oh, I just wanted to die. I mean, you know,
And then you have to make a phone call to somebody?
Well, yeah, of course.
You flush a lot of shit? Like, did you just dump all the stuff down the toilet before you called?
No, it wasn't really a concern of mine. I was just concerned for his well-being. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is getting too dark. I just got off a train from Philly.
Yeah, but that's the stuff people want to hear.
It's interesting. I only asked that because when Hendrix overdosed, I think it was with his girlfriend, and I mean, you know, and she was like dumping shit because, you know, she was worried about getting arrested, and it's just weird what goes through your mind at that time.
Right.
Yeah, there's certain things you just want to, you know, don't want to dwell on. Put out of your head, you know?
Right?
You doesn't want to dwell on it.
You're a drummer. I got to ask you this because I'm right. Sabbath, how underrated is Bill Ward?
Yeah, very, very underrated.
You seriously think?
In fact, I think, you know, I think just recently I've come to appreciate him even more. Especially since he's, you know, at his age, he's still out there doing it.
All out of shape with a big gut. You gotta love that.
His gut's like hanging halfway over the snare drum.
That's awful. He looks like Ben Sparks.
Wow. Who's your favorite drummer? Who's like inspiration, best drummer?
I would have to say probably Buddy Rich.
Not Ringo?
Not Ringo.
Is Billy Corgan like as weird as he comes off? I mean, the guy. I gotta admit, I wasn't a big a Smashing Pumpkins fan, and one of the reasons was Billy Corgan just was too weird for me to deal with. Even watching the videos, or you know,
yeah, he's a bit weird.
I have this image of him in like a silver bodysuit.
Yeah,
was that one of the videos? Where
weird,
he's like in this like spaceman suit, and then is he a big guy? He looks like a big.
Yeah,
tall...
he's really tall.
He's like 6'6".
Yeah,
Jesus, yeah, he's really tall.
So he's not that big.
Freakish.
What are you, 6'4"?
Oh, I'm 6'6" too.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Two strapping men.
I don't have a silver alien suit though.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy you can just carry on a normal conversation with. Like you can't just sit down and talk about something. He seems like he's so far out there that there's really no way for normal human beings to carry on a conversation with him.
No, I don't think that's the case. I mean, he's you know, he's a Chicago boy just like me. And
really?
We go to baseball games. You know, he actually does some sportscasting in Chicago for the Cubs. And yeah, I mean, outside of music, he's a pretty normal guy. But
really?
I mean, you start getting into that realm, and he gets a bit weird.
Because we spoke with Perry Farrell, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
No, he's a little weirder than Corgan,
He's completely insane, where he's the type of guy you just cannot even speak to on a level of human beings. He is so out there, like anything you talk about. Hey, how was your ride in? Well, you know, the Earth is on this cosmic ride all through the universe. Shut the fuck. What are you even talking about?
Didn't he say he runs? I remember that day, and he said, like, he exercises. He runs as fast as he can until he can't run anymore. Like, that's his exercise, which is something like a fucking sociopath does. You just run until you can't run anymore.
Sprint until you're ready to drop.
That's how you start every day.
Yeah.
Run until you fall down.
And it works, because that guy's got a hell of a body. I don't mean that in like an inappropriate way. I mean, he's slender and svelte even.
Good-looking fella,
I'll say. But I mean, it's just, yeah, he's crazy.
Better than George.
He was
what's
Jane's
his name?
Addiction, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm Sav.
Yeah.
I'm Sav. I don't know anything
for Jane's Addiction.
After Ozzy walked out, I just don't know anything.
So what's the new project that the new band, the CD? I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a new band, Jimmy Chamberlain Complex. We're playing tonight at the Knitting Factory.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of a progressive rock, half instrumental, half vocal. I got some guest vocalists on the record. Corrigan sings on the record. Rob Dickinson from the Catherine Wheel. Bill Medley from the Righteous Brothers sings on the record, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
But yeah, it just kind of started out as this kind of side project, and it's kind of blown up a little bit. So we're out doing some touring.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Do you miss the Smashing Pumpkins and Zwan? It was Zwan, right? You guys moved on with the Zwan. I saw that. Saw the Zwan in Boston. Actually, you guys did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
It was awesome. And what, you guys just got fed up with the Smashing Pumpkins?
Yeah, it was just time. It was just time to put it to rest because it just. At the time, it just didn't appeal to me to go out and play those songs when I was 60. I think the Stones or Aerosmith or whatever, but it's just not for me. I just wanted to kind of move on and do something else that was a little more age appropriate for me.
You wonder with some of the bands, it's like almost a curse if you have longevity, because then you're getting older and playing these songs, and it really does come off as ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah, you really start being, a cartoon of yourself at some point, I think.
Nothing worse than watching The Who do My Generation.
There was nothing worse than that in 1976.
Look, 76.
Jesus.
What? That's
at least a little 60s.
Oh, no, I meant, I know they didn't write it in 76, but I'm just going back to, I wasn't alive in the 60s.
I'd go with you if you said 96.
Why?
Why?
I think
the
funniest year would have been the year it came out. That would have shown how much you really hate it.
But it would have also showed...
That's what he was shooting for.
Yeah.
No, I knew... No, I had to figure it out. This is the quick process I went through. I know it was probably from the 60s. I was born in 68. I certainly don't look my age. But I was thinking that it was... I was thinking that the 70s were a time when the Who was on fire, on top of the world, hot, and, Daltrey was very young and obviously energetic. So I was
great abs.
Oh, jeez. And those jeans. Don't get me started. But no, I was just thinking of a time when the Who was fucking the Who.
I gotcha.
And I've just never been a fan of the Who.
There you have it.
Really? You don't like any of them?
No, I don't hate them. I'm just not a fan.
He's not a fan.
So
you're saying you hate them. Overrated.
The Who is overrated.
I did
overrated.
Yes, I know it may sound very ignorant to a lot of people. I
can't imagine how anyone could say the Who was overrated.
I don't know. Who? I really have no idea how I could say that. The rock opera. That's
Wait, let's put that Gwen Stefani song back on.
Exactly. But I'm not running around with the Gwen
Some
Stefani
people
song.
see Tommy as being brilliant.
I'm
you
sure
see
they
it
do.
as being silly.
No, I don't know. I have certain resentments when I make relative comparisons in music. That's all. Which is probably my own bitterness.
All right. Fair enough, sir.
About Sabbath not being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You got to admit, as a musician, that's sickening that they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they definitely ought to be.
Yeah, you're right.
But I wouldn't take it out on the Who.
Yeah.
Well, I take it out. Ben's right. I'm blaming all women for the one woman that cheated on me. And I'm making a singular statement about women and calling them a woman. I'm blaming all women.
Right.
Fine.
What bands from the 90s
women.
do you think would make it into the Hall of Fame when their time comes up?
Oh, I don't know.
Think Pumpkins will
Pearl Jam.
I think
Nirvana.
I think we'll all be there right after we all die. We'll probably get inducted.
Do you think you have to be dead before you make it in?
I don't know. It seems a bit silly to me, the whole Hall of Fame thing. If you're gonna put, whatever. I'm not gonna go down the road, but yeah, I think probably the Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, maybe
all the staples of the night.
I love Alice in Chains.
Yeah, it's good.
How about Eddie Vedder? I never met the guy, obviously. He always seemed extraordinarily pompous to me, and very, very self-indulgent or self-involved as far as I'm this genius and it just kind of filters through me, man. Is that an accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty much spot on.
You can't put art in a...
Man.
I bet on a track.
I never met
him.
Man.
It just filters through me, man.
Well, that attitude. I'm just like,
that's great.
I don't have time for anything. I'm just too busy being brilliant. It's just I just reach out and snatch it out of the air. It's like yuck.
Yeah, the Pearl Jam thing's a bit of a mystery to me. Their first record was the biggest record, and then every record after that has sold less and less copies. So it's kind of
they really never got that level of that first one.
Yeah, they really seemed like they were going to be like the huge freaking band of that time. And
the next big item.
Yeah, the next big thing. But it didn't seem to take off. I was a big fan of those guys back then.
I thought the first couple of records were really good, but then I didn't really listen to the last 10.
Can you like
2 out of 12 ain't bad.
Are you off of everything, or can you drink or anything? Nothing. You're like totally cleaned up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm a father, you know. I have a wife and a baby now, so it just
be responsible.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense for
Occasional
me.
beer though, or something.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't trust people like Jimmy over here who just has to swear off everything because he knows damn well.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, fuck, I just did the same thing.
Did you?
You can't trust me anymore either.
Really?
Yeah.
You're clean?
I'm clean, man.
Oh, good, man.
What, now, something had to happen. No one just goes, you know, I think I'm just going to not drink anymore.
Yeah, a lot of something's happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just the kind of the bad things?
Yeah, it was just like slowly getting away from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta knock this shit off.
And yeah, I don't have
I'm
the
gonna
ability
fuck
to
up my
just
life.
have one or two.
No.
It's just once
it's
you
one
start,
or
the
it's
whole
none
night.
or fucking 6
Really?
7 in the morning. Yeah.
Wow.
When did you stop, man? I knew you were talking about it.
About 3 weeks ago.
Oh, cool, man. Fantastic.
Oh,
I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Oh, gee. Opie laughs like, good luck with that one.
Yeah, that's
great,
what people
dude.
do.
Jeez, nice encouragement.
That's what everybody does.
I'm sorry. I didn't. It just.
Yeah, I quit drinking. Yeah, your friends are like, oh yeah, really? How long has it been?
3 hours.
It's been one day. Oh well, fuck you. You're never gonna make it.
Yeah. You ever think?
I really didn't mean to do that.
No, don't worry about it. Dude.
I guess
It's
for
all right.
both of you, you ever think that, like, especially being artistic guys in comedy and music, you ever think, you know, I could stop, but if I do, it might affect my comedy or my music or something like that. You start.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
But that's bullshit.
Is it?
Yeah, I really think it's bullshit. I thought for a long time that if you want to be a creative genius, you got to be a drunk or a druggie, but that's not true.
No?
No, I think all those guys that you've put in that category, like Dylan Thomas, poet, drank himself to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the list is fucking huge. But imagine what those guys could have done if they weren't drunks.
Sure. Yeah, you think does it?
Yeah, I really think that.
What about the?
Yeah, they could have got jobs.
And my entire fucking belief system right now is based on it. So don't fuck that up for me.
I won't fuck it up. I won't fuck it up. What about the confidence to get out on stage? Because I know myself, I like having a few beers before I get out in front of people because it kind of gets.
Sounds like a crush to me, Anthony. Maybe you should talk to somebody.
Probably is. You know, I understand that. I know. After we took a long time off, the first thing we had to do was that press conference.
We were
at the
doing
Hard Rock.
shots like crazy.
And we had to get up in front of the press and in front of a bunch of fans and get on stage. And this is, a couple of years of not doing it. And I had to do a couple of shots of Jack before I got out on stage because I was like really nervous. Not like I want to get so fucked up that I'm gonna, be fucked up. Hey, I put that well, didn't I?
No, it's well said.
Put that fucked up.
Give him a drink.
Give me a goddamn drink.
Somebody loosen this guy up.
Lloyd, hair of the dog. But, I know that kind of, without having to get so fucked up, it just kind of takes the edge off, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely does.
And do you think that might be a little bit of a problem for you?
No, I don't think so anymore.
No?
It took me a long time to stop.
Yeah.
Like, I just finally did, and I had been trying for a long time.
Really?
I would quit for long periods of time, but then it would always come racing back.
What was your poison?
Initially I just drank beer.
Beer?
And I smoked cigarettes and smoked weed every day.
Really? You stopped smoking cigarettes, too?
I stopped everything.
Very good.
It's all kind of the same shit, really.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you.
And the
I'm
lie
behind you.
Thanks a lot.
The lie that sickness tells you is that you're not going to be good without it.
That you need it. Right?
Yeah, and I quit. I mean, I was sober 3 years when I started comedy. I quit, but it's like, please, you're better when you're not fucked up. No one is better when they're fucked up. I mean,
but that's what I mean. Not fucked up, but I think there's a certain amount. If you can just have a couple without going crazy, that kind of does make it better for you.
Yeah,
There's some
if you
people
can
that
do that.
operate better.
If you can do that, that's great.
Like, no, see, Jimmy's looking like...
I'm not saying you're totally wrong. I'm looking at Richard Pryor, who's the greatest ever, and he did nothing but fuck up and do coke. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the same personality type that causes you to want to get high or to high.
Yeah, but look where he is now.
Well, that's a mess. Has nothing to do with that, but I mean, you're right. He's a mess.
Trying to drink, it splashes all over himself before he gets into his mouth.
That's Michael J. Fox.
Oh, right.
All right. We got to take a break, right? Well, Jimmy Chamberlain will let you be here. So the Knitting Factory tonight, right?
Knitting Factory tonight, D.C. tomorrow, D.C. 9.
Okay.
And after that, we're all over the Midwest.
All right.
What's the CD? You got a CD out now?
Yeah, Life Begins Again.
Cool.
The new band, Jimmy Chamberlain Complex, right?
Yep.
It's Jimmy Chamberlain, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Where the fuck are my car keys? They were right here in my hand. I had them just a second ago. Did I leave them in the kitchen or underneath the cushions of the couch? I can't find them anywhere. Oh, here they are.
I came up with something years ago. Basically, it says
Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Big, luscious, juicy ones.
Wow.
The swinging tribute to unrestrained female anatomy.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. If you want to play along, just get a WOW sticker on your car. You can do that by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to us here in New York City. The address is up on opieandanthony.com. You get the WOW in your car, and the girls, if they feel like it, they're going to flash you as you drive around. Very, very simple thing that happens. Ben Bailey in studio.
Howdy.
What do you think of Jimmy Chamberlain?
Seemed like a nice guy, man. He was upset about, to be talking about that stuff.
Definitely was getting
friend,
upset.
Which I don't blame him.
No.
But you're right, we say that's what people want to hear about. I mean,
Well, it's I don't know.
Opie's got a little different take on the whole thing.
Not really.
No?
No, I think it's the right take. Here's a guy that was in Smashing Pumpkins, okay? He's in a hotel room, and one of his bandmates ODs in front of him while he nods out. It was a huge story. It happened in New York City, okay? Now you're moving on with your life, and you got a new band and stuff. That's great. Wonderful. Good luck to you, okay? But you're coming in to do this show and other shows to do press for the new project. The reality is the people listening to this program, no offense to Jimmy Chamberlain, don't really care about his new project, for the most part, except if you're a hardcore Smashing Pumpkins fan.
Yeah.
All right? But they would be interested in hearing the story of what happened in that hotel room, as painful as it is. And if you can't handle the fact that people are going to ask you about that, then you shouldn't do press. Because that's going to be the first question anyone asks you.
But he does want to promote it regardless, so he's got to do the press. But, he's not a machine. Obviously, the guy was very upset about the whole thing and probably spends hours a day, on a daily basis. The guy's probably trying to get the image of his waking up and looking at his dead friend out of his head.
I understand it's a tough call on his part, but
so they have to talk about it.
But that's the reality. That's going to follow him around, and if he wants to, continue with projects and stuff and do press, people are going to want to know some stuff.
I don't know.
And to use that, hey man, that's passé. I talked about it before on another show. Or a Howard show, whatever. I never heard the story myself, and a lot of the listeners...
I never heard him talk about it either.
And a lot of the listeners never heard it before, so, you go down that road.
But it's probably one of those things he'd rather just not talk about.
I can see his point if you're goofing on it and going, look, I don't want that made fun. Like, that's... I can say, you don't want it made fun of. Okay, that's cool.
No, I mean, we understand that on this show. Yeah, do we do a lot of comedy and throw each other under the bus and have a lot of fun? Of course. But when it comes to something like that, there's no reason to make jokes. Right. It's like, holy shit, that happened? Tell me about it, But
there are things you just don't want to talk about or think about on a daily basis. And I'm sure that haunts him. That probably just haunts him.
But I really don't think he has a choice if he wants to continue in the public eye.
It's funny, we were talking about all the, like the other bands, Aerosmith and The Who and the Stones, and part of the legend of those bands is stuff exactly like, what happened with this guy.
Right.
They all have the crazy stories from the hotel rooms and being on the road and everybody doing drugs and people ODing and all that shit. So that's like part of the legend of those bands. So on some level, that's true. That is kind of it's gonna stay with them. It's something that people are going to be interested in.
It's kind of a personal level for this guy, though. Imagine you wake up and look over, and the guy is dead on the bed. You don't want to think about it.
Ozzy talked about Randy Rhoads. You still don't, even though it's a different set. It's still a very painful, personal thing. And it's like he understands
Well,
that
he
people
talks
love
about it.
Randy and want to talk about it, and he talks about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it hurts, though.
But you know, also when you're marketing yourself and of course doing a radio show, you got to hook the listeners in.
The thing is,
if we're like, wow, Jimmy Chamberlain from Smashing Pumpkins, new project, tell us about it. How many people are flipping a Squiz,
No, I
Lucy,
understand.
Ethel, fine-tuning, whatever you listen to when you're not listening to this program?
Imagine...
But you pop them with that story and get people hooked, like, oh my God, I never heard that. And the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts that were going through his head. And then, like Ben said during commercial, and then you bring it around to, but yeah, I'm moving on, and I learned a lot, and blah, blah, blah.
Imagine
now I'm
you're
doing this new
trying-
project. Now you got everyone listening.
Yeah.
You got them
Imagine-
captivated.
Imagine you're
I could
trying
see
to
it was
promote
hurting.
the Opie and Anthony show, and all anybody asks you about is some horrific thing that happened in your life that you don't want to talk about anymore.
I know, but
you'd probably go, dude, look, I don't want to talk about it.
Look, on a much lower level, we deal with that because every interview we do, we have to talk about Sex for Sam.
That has
Doing Sex for Sam and waking up next to a dead friend is such that's not even in the same ballpark.
I did preface by saying on a much lower
Dude,
level.
that isn't even the same. That ain't even a motherfucking ballpark.
But the point I'm trying to make is, there's always that one thing, no matter who you are,
right,
that they go after every time they interview
I'm not
you.
talking
That's
about
all I'm saying.
That got very
But I
annoying for
dude,
us.
I understand.
Annoying and not mentally able to even deal with having to think about it.
I understand. I understand how deep and personal it is, but when you're dealing with the media, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to compare Sex for Sam with a dead friend. I said, but what the media does is they find that one thing, because they don't really do a lot of their research. I don't know much about this guy, so of course you're going to go with the thing, which is, wow, he was the guy that was in the hotel room when the guy OD'd. It's just, that's
believe
what
me.
happens in the media.
I would have loved to have gotten a full, detailed story out of the guy.
Right.
And as we started talking about it, you could see the guy was getting more and more upset, having to rehash it in his own head.
And we let him off the hook. We didn't pound it into him or anything.
Because to tell you the truth, I think he would have left or started crying.
Well, how cool would that have been?
I don't know.
You can't handle it anymore,
not anymore. It just
you never were able to handle it.
I'm the one that ran behind the equipment all the time.
Well, that wasn't my intention. I just wanted to get the story out of it.
And that wasn't just something that happened in his private life. That was something that was kind of involved with him professionally too. Because it wasn't
Anthony,
a bandmate
it was
in the band that he was
right.
famous
It was
for.
a huge story. It was
I know
it was a
huge
headline
story.
on MTV and all that. It wasn't like, oh, wow, we dug up this little thing no one knows about.
But the thing is, you can't say just because somebody like Ozzy can handle Randy Rhoads and stuff. He obviously can't. You can't.
Yeah, he was
you
obviously
can't have
very upset
people
about it.
sit down and just think that, this guy's got to talk about it because he's a person and he's got to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The guy couldn't handle
it. I agree with that. But all I'm trying to say is that he has to expect that it's going to be brought up.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh my God, I can't. I'm not here for that. I want to talk about my new project. Well, that's great, but you got to expect. I understand people are going to handle it differently. We're on the same page there, of course. Yeah, he had the reaction, and that's horrific. And he didn't want to go there. He said some things. We moved on. But all I'm saying is he has to expect that that's going to be the first question out of anyone's mouth in their interview.
If years later you're trying to promote something, and somebody just keeps bringing up the most horrific time in your life, you would probably get annoyed and say something to the person. I know after a while, you talk about the Sex for Sam thing, we were both like, oh, Jesus Christ, enough of this. Imagine that 8 billion times over the course of years and years and years. I know you yourself would be like, dude, can we fucking move on?
Yeah.
And the guy, that's what the point that guy
we're on the
reached.
same page with that. I totally understand, and I would be like, oh, God, there was so much more we've done in our careers. But I understand they have to ask that question, because that's the headline. When you think Opie and Anthony, unfortunately, right now it's Sex for Sam, Sex in a Church,
Yeah.
The headline with Jimmy Chamberlain, boom, in hotel, friend OD'd. It's just the reality of being in the media. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. The headline with Eric Nagel knows any song that faggots enjoy tap dancing to.
But still doesn't know Boy George's real name. I'm never going to let you live that down, Jimmy.
I'm proud that I know his name. I'm proud of it.
Here's another 20 minutes that we'll not hear in repeats of you guys yelling at each other. It's not an argument,
I'm
you ass.
so close to calling you a fuckface, man.
Fuckface. You are a sociopath. And now, Jimmy, you just got to go, oh, shit.
I'll just look at Ben for a little while until men will talk.
Norton and I are here twiddling our thumbs.
Whatever. So that's that, but...
That's true. Master Poe didn't want to talk about certain things in his life that were painful.
Yeah, but, I mean,
Yeah.
All right. It's just the reality of being in the spotlight. That's
Hell,
all.
Ben doesn't even want to talk about his cock. What's more prominent than that?
Why would you want to talk about that? He has to deal with that cock on a daily basis. He
you-
doesn't want to have to think about it all the time.
I bet you because Ben is like that thing that Andrew Gore gave us with that big elephantitis of the ball. That's what Ben has.
In his pants every day.
Yeah.
You guys talking about another Ben? Or,
Ben Sparks?
Yeah,
No,
Ben.
Ben
No,
Sparks.
our producer
Oh,
Ben.
I'm like, which one of these
sorry,
guys has
Ben.
seen my dick?
You got a monster down there, too? Like our own Ben Sparks?
Ben, here's the thing. 'Cause
Proportional.
Ben's 6'6". He has big hands.
Yeah.
He's either got 4 inches or 2.5 feet.
It's one or the other. It's either fucking ridiculously large or it's not even there at all.
Yeah. It's something that just caused you to drink since you were 14.
I'm a big man with a small dick.
It's prehensile.
I
You grab a
better get
beer
drunk.
with it. No?
I have to find a
Prehensile?
small woman.
I don't know what prehensile means.
Prehensile?
You never heard of something a prehensile limb?
No one here has heard of
Prehensile
that.
tail on a monkey? Oh, see? Nathaniel knows.
He's just waving at you because he wants you to talk about him.
So who's this other Ben?
That wasn't a
whose
nod. That was
cock
a
you guys
wave.
are talking about? And why do I care? Why am I
You
jealous?
could hang from a tree with it.
Oh, wasn't that Gretel's partner?
You could use
It's kind of a pre-Hansel and Gretel dick.
Oh, that's who she fucked
We're
before
trying to
Hansel.
fatten it up for dinner. Fatten up that pre-Hansel cock before we eat.
Oh, that's not Ben Sparks, our producer. He walks in. He always wears little sweaters.
He's got 3 legs, the guy.
We don't know what it looks like. Just a big fucking coconut.
It looks like he's wearing a diaper in his pants.
Yeah.
The front of his pants has a lot of puffiness in it. You can't see, it's not like we see a big snake going down his pant leg and go, wow, that's a huge slong. So we're not sure what it is. Could be a big ball bag. Could
He might
be.
just have a big sack.
He could have puffy underwear. Who knows? The guy
Every day?
just puffs diapers up in front, and there's got to be something going on down there.
Maybe they are diapers, and maybe he has a tube in and just shits into the front of them. I think that's what's happening. That's why he's embarrassed. Dude, I'll talk about that.
Leave me alone. I wear adult diapers.
Hey, can we get Ben in here for something else?
Oh.
That's
something to ask Ben about?
I actually do.
Oh, now I get to see the
Sparks
sack
in
in
here.
his...
Now you're going to look. Now
I'm
you're
really
just going to be...
excited.
Now you won't
We'll
look.
all...
I
We're
won't,
all going to
I
look
won't
at it
look
now.
like I couldn't.
Like
Because
you
anyway, I
couldn't
could not
away.
look at it.
Looks like someone's going, don't look at that, and pointing at it.
Yeah, so what? We're just bringing him in here to ask him a question about something. No big deal.
He'll just want to look at his fucking...
You know he's
that
not
growth.
That giant
off out
hog.
there. He might not know.
Oh, he probably doesn't know. We're
know.
talking about his giant mule.
Should we pretend we were talking about
Unless
something else?
stupid tells him.
He's not coming in.
He can't possibly be doing work.
Nah, he's not coming in.
He's in the office.
He's shaking his head.
Hey,
I can see it from here.
Paula Abdul fan club. No, he's
He
not
won't
coming
do
in.
it.
He's busy.
He's
What's
busy.
he busy? We gotta
And
talk to him about
it's
something.
hysterical. This is the show. Whatever he's busy for is this.
This is what we gotta
And
talk to
we
him.
need him for this.
He works the other
What
show.
could
He won't come
possibly
in.
be busy about?
Wow, and you make a great point.
That's ridiculous.
I like this point.
It's this. I'm busy.
Sorry,
I'm doing
I can't.
something show related. Yeah, but the show is asking for you.
Grab him. Tell him to come in here.
Ben, the show is happening right now.
This is the show.
Right, he's busy.
I'm busy.
He's busy producing another radio show.
I can't work on the show. I'm busy working on the show.
Working on the show.
He's in his spare time he works on another show.
Look at that head. Yeah, he ain't coming in.
He ain't coming in. All right.
Son of a
There's a
bitch.
guy that's been waiting for like 2 hours to talk to us. Let's go to Bobby in New York. Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Bobby.
Hello, Bob.
Hey.
Oh, Bobby, you're breaking my hat.
What's up, Bobby?
Listen, I recently broke up with my chick, and I'm like really upset about it. And like you guys are the only guys that make me laugh, and like the only thing that like I'm excited about to listen to every day. And like that would be fine because everybody breaks up with a girl, you know, of course.
Yeah.
But I have like sexual tendencies like Jimmy, and like I feel like I love him to death, my favorite comedian. I just feel like I'm going down that road, and I don't want to, and like it's kind of making me nervous.
What happened with your girl?
Well, I was with her on and off for about 2 years. You know, I'm 20 years old, gonna be 21, and you know, we fight a lot. When we were together, it was great, it was wonderful, and we weren't. You know, she was. You might want to break out the C word alert.
Well, we understand. She was a yeah.
Exactly.
But now you broke up.
Did she dump you?
Yeah, actually, she gave me the line like, it just wasn't there. And I didn't sweep her off her feet, but like I'm the best. It's disgusting. I'm like the best friend that like, and the good. The problem is the sex. She used to let me do filthy things. That's what I miss so bad. I think.
Like what?
Well, I like Jimmy. You know how you like the little tinkle.
Who doesn't?
Well, I like to watch her pee. I don't actually like it on me yet, but like I used to like to watch her pee, and you know.
I don't think that helps out.
That's the precursor.
Yeah, that doesn't help a healthy relationship.
That's the precursor.
Well, I like that, and then things involving the ass. Like I like to stick my fingers in there, and then save it for later, and just get a little whiff later on.
Oh, you like the smell of a good ass?
Yeah, and it's not. It's like an ass smell. It has that like delicious ass smell.
I know. Believe, dude, you're preaching to the choir.
Do you just use your own ass?
Well, no, that's me. It's a different thing.
Anthony and I
delicious ass smell.
Not on my. I don't like it on my fingers though.
There's a lot going on here. Anthony and I are newbies to this whole thing. You save it for later?
Well, no, like just
you haven't been to any of our appearances, have you?
Actually, I was sitting in front of you guys, the Late Show at Jimmy's thing. You signed my ticket and shook my hand. So
good.
Oh,
that's
great.
what I was getting at. Great.
Is your chick hot?
Never again,
yeah,
Anthony.
Was
Never
she?
again.
She's a real beautiful girl.
Hot chick ass isn't bad on your hand,
Yeah,
then.
no. And then I would smell it later and jerk off, or I just make her suck my nipples and just crank one out.
Oh, you're smelling your.
God, I've been there, dude. I never smelled the finger though. It bothers me.
See, that's what I like.
Bothers me.
I like
bothers
eating
Jim
ass.
Norton.
Dude, I
like her ass.
Opening the ass and taking a couple of deep breaths just to show everyone that you're a member of the team. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't actually want it on my fingers when I'm walking through 7-Eleven later.
Reminding you as you're eating, every time you lift your sandwich up to your mouth.
Yeah. Waiter, this sandwich smells like... Oh.
This sandwich is giving me a hard-on.
That is
something.
But the thing is, I listen to Jimmy's story, like his old stories from when he was a kid, and I have similar things. That's what's bothering me. I feel like I'm going down the same path.
Like Monster Rain?
Turn around.
No Monster Rain, but I used to, I guess this is a good thing, but when I was 5 or 6, I used to get naked with the girl down the block and the girl across the street, and we used to just touch each other because we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But that's what we used to do. We used to just touch each other and fondle each other. And then I remember when I was in kindergarten, nap time, I used to lay down and look up a girl's skirt, and I used to gyrate my hips on the floor, and I'd get a sensation. And I was always sexually excited. And now I'm like a fucking spider monkey. I'm jerking off 6 times a day because I'm not getting the sex I used to get.
But dude, that stuff is normal. Little experimentations, your young boyish hips clumsily humping.
If I was a teacher, I would have to just leave the room and get another teacher and go, look what this kid's doing. This is hysterical. Looking up his skirt and look at his hips on the floor. This little fucking pervert.
He's gyrating, and I think it's giving him a sensation.
Sensation.
I guess I did it pretty inconspicuously because it never became an issue. But then I'm sexually excited. If I have a friend who has a good-looking sister, I'll want to go into a room and smell her underwear and do filthy things like that. I'm not comfortable with girls I don't know and prostitutes like Jimmy. I don't want to just if I'm not comfortable if I don't know the girl, I'm not comfortable doing filthy things. That's why I'm so set on on the ex-girlfriend, because I was comfortable enough to be able to do those disgusting
right, and
things.
if you hook up with a new girl, it's going to take you forever to see if you even do get comfortable enough with her to do these dirty, filthy things.
Exactly. I like feet on my face and in my mouth.
You like the smell of a good foot, do you?
Yeah, I like the smell of a foot, but what I really like to do is when I have sex with her, I like to, missionary sort of, kneeling down, I like to try to put my whole foot in her mouth.
Her foot in your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I understand.
So you're missionary, you bend her leg back by your mouth
and just try to put
foot
her whole,
and try to stick her whole foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're a weird fuck, man.
Hey, you ever smell a good armpit? You ever enjoy that?
You know what? I was thinking about that. I was kind of getting into it with her, and she says there's a sensation when she scratches under her arm. If it has an itch, she gets this tingling sensation. So I really didn't delve into it, but it was it seemed like it could be a good thing.
You ever fuck a girl that you're really attracted to, and then tell her just stop wearing deodorant and start banging her without deodorant and put your face in? That really can be hot if you like her.
I guess so, but she was a good egg. She used to lick my ass and suck my toes and do filthy things to me too. So it's not I was just a pervert. She was too. And now it's kind of am I ever going to find it? I'm really depressed about it.
That's a tough one, dude.
Does it bother you, dude, to think that she's probably doing these filthy things with another guy?
That's another thing. I'm thinking of the fucking Joe Rogan with a black guy railing her with a face in the couch. I curl up in a corner and suck my thumb. I want to fucking cry.
Or, dude, she went the opposite way, like probably most of my exes do, and wants a guy who's completely vanilla. Because maybe she had enough of your shenanigans and just wants to find a guy who holds her hand and doesn't smell his fingers for 4 hours when he's done.
He just wants to walk in the park.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Soggy saliva toes in her slippers.
How do you think it made her feel to fucking walk through a park and watch dogs smelling each other's ass and then looking in your eyes?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
But that's the thing. And the way we started too was she was banging my friend, and I was banging her friend, and like we kind of just got together, like, and it kind of just happened. And we went through fights and on and off and this and that. It's just like I got a tattoo because of her too.
That's always a good.
Would you get a clothespin for your
nose?
What
does it smell like?
No, I got it. It's kind of gay, and you're gonna really.
No, we won't.
We're.
Let's say Paula Abdul
on the show.
well, it's not her name. It's a black rose on like my upper thigh, my pelvic region.
Why a black rose?
Because it was like a thorn in my side. It's symbolic.
Symbolic.
That's not really your side, though, the inner thigh.
Yeah, rose in your thigh. You want to get symbolism, get tulips by your balls.
Yes, I am gay. 3 simple words. I am gay.
Yeah, very funny.
A rose on your upper thigh?
Well, it's like, it's next to my schlong. Like, it's right there.
Is her name Rose?
With all the smelly fingers you got, the rose is dying.
Yeah. What do you do when the rose is dying? Just fucking put your shit fingers by the actual bottom of the stem so it can grow a little bit.
Fertilize it.
Hey, how long ago did she dump you?
About 3 weeks ago.
Any shot at getting back? You never know.
Well, that's the thing. We've gotten back. This is we always get back, but this time it felt kind of different.
Right.
Because she says how great, and I remember when the last I saw her. She was like, she started rubbing me and then and how turned on she is. But she has like this self-fulfilling prophecy where she's never going to be happy and she's never going to find the right person. She had the right person and he hurt her. Like, she's all fucked up, like all the fucking old girls, in I guess everywhere, but especially in New York and on Staten Island.
They all got some luggage.
Yeah, you might want to send a picture of her to your old pal Jim.
Old Jimmy? Oh, boy.
Not her name, just a picture so I have something to scrap to.
Well, I might have a good one.
Put a little of her scent on it if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just rub your fingers across your computer screen. Send.
Is all the smell gone after 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, no. It's gone, after you wash your hands and shower. But
Nah. You ever slip with the toilet paper sometime? You wash your hands really good, and it seems like everything's fine and dandy, and then like an hour later you go, damn it.
I still stink.
Well, it's still there.
All right, Bobby, this is an ongoing story, so...
Call us back and let us know what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Let us know what's going on there, Bobby.
Tomorrow morning at 7:05.
Enjoy your sensations, buddy.
All right, thanks,
bye, sweetie.
All right, there goes Bobby.
Jimmy, any advice for me, though?
Yeah, hang yourself.
Oh, come on.
I'm teasing you, bro. It'll get better. It stinks.
Replace her foot with a shotgun.
Yeah, or Dr. Phil is right. Replace her. Yeah, exactly.
I know how to get it. I'll kill myself. That'll prove how much I love her.
All right. That's silly.
Usually works.
All right, Bobby.
Bye, Angel.
Don't do it, Bobby.
Don't do it,
Bye,
Bobby. Because you're only going to die and then come back a few years later and realize it was all a dream.
Is that it?
Little Dallas.
Well, this was a fun show today.
Yes, it was. By the way, instant feedbacks are coming in, and Opie beating me out in the discussion we had by leaps and bounds. I'm a faggot.
Finally won one argument.
That's
Jesus.
it.
Everybody wanted to hear the hotel room story. Huh?
Ben Bailey, anything? Another great
Thanks for having me again, guys. It was fun.
Hysterical.
Go to my website and buy my CD, fuckers.
Anthony, huge fan
I was
of your
listening
CD.
on the way into work and laughing my ass off. Very funny.
Thanks, man.
Ben Bailey.
What's your website?
TheRealBenBailey.com.
TheRealBenBailey.com.
The Real.
The Real.
The Real.
TheRealBenBailey.com.
All one word.
Program complete.